is having a good day. Welcome on in. Let me switch up the screens really quickly because I want to jump in pretty quick today. God, it is going to be a hot day. It is already like 20 degrees. Nope. 8 in the morning, 20 degrees. Absolutely not. George! Welcome on in, George. And hi, Vile. How you both doing? I hope you're having a good day. 2 seconds. Hello. It's very hot today. And it's going to get only hotter and hotter. So we're going to stream until the craft room is uninhabitable. That's the plan today. Kiwi, welcome on in. I hope you're having a good day. Stay cool and hydrated. I actually have a cup of tea and a glass of water today. Wow. So much hydration. The other thing is, I'm going to be a bit self-conscious today. I've got my door open. And that means anyone else in the house can hear anything that I say. I mean, I'll be honest, I think they could probably hear me anyway, but you know, now it feels like they can hear me. So if I'm being a bit self-conscious, that's why it's not you, it's me. Thank you for the hydrate. Oh dear, very nice, very nice. Oh, it's all right. I mean, I've got my fan on, which hopefully I don't think you guys can hear too much. I've got it pointed like kind of at my back, so I think it should be okay. And if other things are happening in the house, I think they're out of the range of my mic. Fingers crossed. I mean, most of the time, if I've accidentally left the mic on, you can't hear outside. So yeah, how hot is it? Right now, we woke up and it was 20, but we're expecting it to get to about 30 today. And that means, for us at least, because our houses store the heat, when it gets that hot, all the heat comes into the house, becomes worse, and just sits there. So yeah, I'm kind of expecting around midday that it's going to get very, very, very hot, and then I'll have to leave, which is why I wanted to start a bit early, because I didn't want to do like a 1-hour stream and then be like, I'm done. Can't hear anything. Brilliant. Glad to hear it. Hey, oh my god, thank you for the horn. I'm good, just kicking some back on a Friday evening and toying with the idea of doing some button alternatives. Oh, heck yeah, that'd be sick. And Shifty, hi, welcome on in. Right, yesterday, we almost finished this, I think. Can't remember actually, what were we doing yesterday? I did this one. I don't remember if I finished it on stream or off stream, but it is finished, this piece. So this is actually going to attach to the wings at about that angle, I believe. So it like gets sewn into the top and the bottom, and then it hangs underneath, which is why we put quite a lot of structure into it, but it is now fully sequined. You can see all of the shine on here, and of course, because it's hanging on the wings, it needs to be double-sided. This one is nearly done, but I need to put some sequins and sew these pieces in, and then this bit will also be done, and then we'll have finished probably the 2 biggest parts in the wings, and we can start doing some beading on the armor. Good God, Vile. Vile, what is that? Vile, what did you just put in my chat? Oh no. Oh no, yo, welcome on in, Shifty. I hope you're having a good day. Oh, terrifying. Right, let's move the one that I finished because I don't need to do any work on that and get you in top-down mode, and we can just start sewing, I think. Let's go to here. Yeah, there it is. I mean, they're actually quite big, these. What's taken so long is that everything has to be double-sided because it kind of like floats. So I can't really skimp on anything. I can't like only do beading up to like here because this hangs off it, and like vice versa. I can't ignore the beading underneath because you can kind of see it at certain angles because it's not sewn down. So yeah, good. I'm good. I'm mostly recovering. Oh, good. I'm glad to hear it. Oh dear. Good. I think everyone's getting sick at the moment. It seems like a bad time. Right, can I use this one? I think this is a regular sharp, but it means it'll be a bit stronger. We'll use the regular sharp. It's a long one though. That frog. Everyone's got frog emotes. Do I have any frog emotes? I think if I did, there'd be world emotes. I don't remember having any specific frogs. I could be wrong. Maybe there's a frog in here and I'm not sure. That's not a frog, is it? No. Oh dear. Wait, no frogs? No frogs at all? Not even a little frog? Do I have any hype frogs? Yes, I have one hype frog. There you go. A frog. Oh dear. Yeah, okay, you got the same one, Shifty. Yeah, I was gonna say, I got one frog, and it's the worldwide one, I think, which is for hype trains. Please, feeling a bit down because the wind here has stopped a lot of the progress I was making in my office. Oh no! Have you got really high winds then, I'm assuming? Heck! Yeah, when things like that happen, they're completely out of your control. It's quite frustrating. Oh yeah, that one! Good call up, good call up. Oh dear. The weather's mucking everybody's days up. Good God, Vile! Oh no no! Oh wait, yeah, of course. Monster pie, yes. I guess because they have unicorn horns, I didn't even think. But like, no, those are frogs. They're just magical frogs. And then yeah, all of the other frogs. Yeah, super windy. Ugh, grim. Deary me. Alright, let's get this trimmed. This is why I end up with so many threads under the desk, because I don't trim it over a bin, I just trim it and then sweep it onto the floor. Oh dear, I have been trying to pick them up. Frogicorns, exactly. It's still a frog, it's just magical. Right, I'm gonna move a couple pins. This one needs to scoot back just a little bit, honestly. To like there. And we'll start putting sequins on. So I've had to keep pulling sequins, and I didn't realize this until yesterday. I thought it was like some food that I'd handled, because, you know, we cook with spices. They can dye your hands and stuff like that. But no, my sequins are dyeing my hands. I mean, this is a different kind of sequin than I have been using. Like, I was buying them all in pots, but then this one I'm having to, like, take them off the roll so that they're all individuals, so that they don't have, like, the big piece of string through it. But they are dyeing my fingers, so I apologize if my fingers look a bit yellow. It's my sequins. I thought originally it must be like some, what's it called? Turmeric or something like that. And I was like, how do I keep getting turmeric on my fingers? Like, I'm not using it. How is this happening? Is turmeric on something else in the house? No, just the sequins, unfortunately. Also, this is not a very sharp needle. God damn it, this is what I get. I've been so spoiled with using the beading needles because they're so sharp comparatively to everything else. They're really small. Then when I go back to a normal needle like this, it's like, I don't like that. These frogs. Oh dear. Can't be good weather for frogs, right? Although actually, do frogs like the sun? I feel like they might do, right? Because amphibian. Maybe it is good weather for frogs. It feels like it'd be a bit hot for them. They look like they prefer cold weather. But I am just basing that on how they look. I can't remember if frogs like hot weather or not. So yeah, the snakes probably love it. I imagine they're chilling out and about. In the forests. That'd be sick. I love it. Hello, yes, this is Shifty. Send in the frog. No! I don't know if we can survive the frogs. It's too hot. Oh god, I hate this needle. Okay, what I'll do is I'll finish this line because I've started it and I will commit. But, oh no, that hurt. Like, look! Trying to push, oh, you can't see it. Push it through is giving me literal dents in my finger. Do I just, no, you know what? We'll do a complete restart. Restart, because that way I can save some of the thread and also the sequins. But I don't have to use this goddamn blunt needle, which probably actually isn't blunt, it's just not as sharp as what I'm used to. And this fabric, even though it's really thin, is a pain to sew through. Like, you wouldn't think because it's like quite thin and lining-ish, but nah. Baz, welcome on in. I hope you're having a good day. Ah, dear, is this frog delivery service? We're on it. Oh my god, so many frogs. Thank you, I'm satisfied with my order. Why would you just be able to order live frogs in the post? Ah, dear, ukulele! Welcome on in. This is the only frog I had. There's still a good frog. You know, I didn't used to like that Pokemon, but then I think after playing, what was the most recent one? Arceus? I kind of liked it in Arceus. I don't know why. I guess because it hung out in an area with a lot of Pokemon that I wasn't so keen on. And so I was like, okay, this one's okay then. They do chase you though. We are one of those. It's like the fruit of the month club. It will just keep. Oh no. So every month you get another shipment of frogs? That's a lot of frogs to handle. Have you got space for all those frogs? Okay, there we go. I should be happier with this needle. Make sure all the thread is out of there. Oh, yes. That's so much better. Oh, it's so smooth. There we go. That's what we needed. We needed the beading needle. Sequence. The thing is, the beading needle is really useful because it's very, very thin at the head, like all the eye or whatever. So when it comes to like seed beads, which is what I've predominantly been using for this costume, it goes through all of them easy peasy. But other than that, it is just really sharp. I like them a lot. We love our frogs here. Heck yeah, monthly subscription frog service. Every month you get a new frog. And an order of like 50 frogs on the side. So you get your ultra rare and then all your commons. Gacha frog. Actually, I feel like that would do pretty well. As far as gachas go, people like frogs. I imagine people would enter a gacha for frogs. As long as there was some kind of gameplay around it. Actually, that might already exist even. Oh yeah. There we go. I used to have a game on my phone before, of course, my phone ended up being completely full of necessary things and now I can't get anything else on my phone. Before the current timeline, I used to have a game on my phone, I think it was just called Cat Game, and oh my god, I loved it. It wasn't a gacha. You could pay money into it as you can with a lot of phone games, but it wasn't a gacha. But like, you built like a cat tower, and on every floor you'd have different cats, and oh my god. I loved it. When I had to get rid of that off my phone, it might have been even more heartbreaking than getting rid of Pokemon Go. I loved my cats. Oh dear. I ended up liking it after using it in a randomized game of Heartgon. Oh, okay, sick. I think that's it with Pokemon, is you'll randomly get attached after like certain experiences doing the game, right? Unless it's Bellsprout, and then I just really like its walk cycle. It's so goofy. Good Goofy Bean. Gambled away the deed to my house for the ultra for Croaky-Bloog. Oh my god. Yeah, but you know what? Money well spent. Like, did you get Croaky-Bloog actually? I should check. I mean, this is gacha stuff, right? So, who knows? Who knows? Oh dear. I wish I had it on video when I did the pull on Genshin. I wish I had it so I could have posted it. Because I had like a spare, I don't know what it was from, it was probably from leveling up or something, but I had like a spare wish, and I was like, oh, I'll just throw it at the new banner. 5-star. One wish, 5-star. It came out of nowhere. Oh, so good. Not that I'm into gachas or anything like that, couldn't be me. Oh my god, Mikey, welcome on in. So, yes! Oh my god. I'm so happy. So we're doing TwitchCon cosplay. So it's the cosplay competition at TwitchCon. I'm so excited. It's gonna be so good. Like, all the cosplayers taking part have been chatting behind the scenes for weeks, months with some of us. So we've all just been like, oh, what you doing here? What you doing here? Kind of thing. And every time something changes, like we change category, everyone's like, where have you gone? Where have you gone? We can't see you in the category anymore. It's alright, we just moved. It's been really nice. So we're all going to get to actually meet in person, which would be lovely. It'd also be nice because everyone's been doing their crafting on Twitch, like actually seeing their costumes. So excited. Are you going to TwitchCon on now this year? Oh dear. Ooh. I should say, anyone who doesn't know, Mikey's an artist. They make very, very, what would you call it? Cultured art. Yes, it's good stuff. Oh dear. Not this year, no! Oh, that's fair though. To be fair, as far as travel goes, it would be a bit of a risk, wouldn't it? Because they are saying they're cancelling a lot of the flights and stuff this summer. So you never know, maybe you dodged a bullet. Oh, there we go. Oh god, no, I got another 50 common frogs. Oh god, so many frogs. The gacha, that's the gacha look. It sounds like everyone's really keen for it. Oh yeah, at least the cosplayers I know, it's been wonderful, really really good. But to be fair though, in the European TwitchCons, we've not had a cosplay competition. I think the closest we had would have been the GlitchCon cosplay competition, because that was open to people worldwide, right? Other than that, no one that Europe could enter. So it's the first time European cosplayers are able to like come out and compete. I'll be honest, the people they came out in droves. I'm not really surprised though. TwitchCon cosplay has a really good. So basically, the way it goes, if you get a ticket in, they pay for not only your ticket as well as a helper, but they also pay for you to get there and have the hotel. So, and I'm a larger than life costume, so I get paid even more to go. So you get $2.5 grand to book your hotel and travel, and I get 2 helper tickets. So just to give out to people to come with. And so it's like very accessible, like regardless, because they basically pay for everything. If you get in, you can go. It's fantastic. I would honestly recommend it to anyone. Like, because it's pretty unusual for anyone to pay, like, in, like, if you talk about it, like, across to MCM, right, which is the con that I'm used to competing in, then they don't even pay for your ticket if you get in, like, let alone your travel and your hotel and all that kind of jazz. It's like, oh, you're in? Well, I hope we see you here when you have your ticket and your hotel and everything booked, whereas TwitchCon's like, nope, we pay for everything. And it's like, yeah, it's really good. And from what I've heard from the people that have previously entered San Diego, or the American TwitchCon, they've said that the way that you're treated there is really, really good. So one issue with a lot of British cons is they don't give cosplayers any seats. So you're stood for hours on end with no seats. And because you're all in like a queue or like an order, so you're all just like, and let me put it out there, someone who does a lot of larger costumes, standing for hours in a full costume in somewhere that is barely air conditioned is quite exhausting. So that by the time you even get on stage, it's not like you're looking your best. But at TwitchCon, they had like a whole room for cosplayers with like food, drink, stuff like that. So if you needed a place to go chill, you could go chill there. I don't know if it was open to all cosplayers or if it was open to just the ones that, you know, were in the competition. Probably it was just the ones in the competition, to be honest. But it's good. It's very good. From everything I've heard, it's been super positive. And, like, I'll be honest, if you're hearing super positive things from cosplayers, like, it's probably pretty good because we're quite cynical. I showed Gerva the helmet blank you got and we'll already start discussing. Oh my god, I'm so excited to see that. I had a little look because I followed them doing streams, so I was having a little look through the stuff they had done off stream, and it's so cool. It feels like being given a really weird, unusual shape that you could just, like an unusual canvas. I like it a lot. Good, very good. Would like more of that. Very cool. Didn't realize I'd looked after you like that. No, it's really good. Again, if you know any cosplayers, obviously, you know, entrants are done for this year, but like for next year, it's very accessible. Like, it's basically a free holiday if you get in. So, because I'll be honest, I booked all my stuff before hearing back from them, which sounds really cocky. I wasn't trying to be cocky. We decided we were going on holiday anyway, so we were like, we'll just book it at the same time as TwitchCon, and if we get into TwitchCon, fantastic. If not, we've got a holiday. Brilliant stuff, right? But I don't think it's cost us that much to go, so it's been pretty damn good. I'm very happy. Oh my god! Wait. Wait. Also, Gev, wait, if you let her raid. Also, I'm sorry, but it is hot, innit? Way too hot. Hi, Bricks. How was your stream? What did you get up to? Sorry, please, 2 seconds and I'll do you a shout. I'm very bad at typing because my keyboard doesn't have any keys on it. It's not my skills. Oh dear. Hi, Dirk. Thank you for the follow as well. And Fred. And hi, Goddess. And Astrid. And Pan. Andy. Job. That's George. I already know you. You've already been in here. Oh dear. Keeb. No Keeb. Hi, Dragon. Drone. Copperman. I might be guilty. How could you, Gev? face trial later, but welcome on in, everyone. I hope you've had a good stream. What have you been up to? I see bricks in the title. Can I guess Lego? Or is it something else? Oh dear. Also, thank you so much for all the follows. Jesus Christ, we're gonna have a lot of splashes. Thanks, Space Drone, Astrid Goddess, and God. Oh wait, is it Cooper? Cooper, my bad. Thank you so much. It's very heckin' kind of you. And lurking and bricks. It is Lego, isn't it? I was gonna say, I heard bricks and I was like, I have a feeling. I have a feeling deep within me. Are you a Lego builder by any chance? Hi, Dread, and hi, Grizzly. Also, thank you for the follow, Dread and Dragon. Very heckin' kind. What were you building, though? Also, in case anyone is new here, hi, hello, welcome on in. We make cosplays on this stream. Specifically, we're in TwitchCon Amsterdam cosplay contest, and I'm so excited. We're in the larger than life category, and we're making Mateus from Final Fantasy Tactics Advance, which if you want to see, !cosplay will show you like the character and stuff like that. We have to have it finished for next month. So we are on a bit of a time, you know, crunch, but yeah. Oh dear. Also, Phil, thank you for the follow. And Phoenix, thank you for the follow. Oh dear. What's your fave model? Good question. What is fave model? I like all the architecture sets, but then do I have a favorite? Not really. I like all of them. What else do we have built? We have a lot of unbuilt because we have some big ones and we're waiting for like our forever home to build them. Like we have the really big Millennium Falcon, which is heavy as heck, but it's still in the box. But I'm sure that will end up being my favorite one once it's built. I do like the bus, London bus fan. I don't know. I kind of like the cars and the houses. Discord. Ah dear. Hi Jelly and Chat. Hi Dread. Welcome on in. I hope you're having a good day. Harry Potter, Lego, and Brickheads for a charity fundraising campaign. Oh wow. Wait, congratulations. Good. I hope the charity campaign went well. Heck yeah. How long did it take? How long was this one? Was this a multiple stream kind of build? Or did you get it all done? You have 7512. Not 192. I don't know. What we have is the one that's like 650 quid. Listen, I remember walking in, Shiny finding out that it was in stock and being like, can we get it? Can we get this? And it's like, and then we had to carry it back. Yeah, that's the one we've got. We had to carry this thing back to our house. And like we lived at the top of a valley at the time. So Rails has a lot of valleys. The houses will go up and down the valley, right? So you'll have some lower down, some much higher up. We were right at the top, the road right at the top of the valley. And we had to carry this thing, which probably weighed more than me, all the way up to the top. I'm sure when it's built, it'll be one of my favorite, but until we build it, it's like, I just don't know. My faves are the oh yeah, we have the Batmobile. I do like that one. That was one of the first sets I ever built. And yes, I'm a big fan. 11 hours. Oh, I should say, if you need to go get a snack or like a drink or something after that, please do. Don't feel bad about heading out straight away, because I get it. That's a very long stream. The Lego set is worth more than my car. Yeah, but you know what? I'm sure your car's like more useful then, right? I mean, what our plan is to build a table for it, so like that it has like a glass cabinet in the coffee table, because it's quite long but flat. We'll build like a big coffee table and then put it in there, because what we don't want to have to do is dust it regularly. Like dusting Lego, and Lego that is that big is a no. You can't tell, but we are big Lego collectors in this house. I think there were a couple years where our main expense was not fabric, it was not craft supplies, it was just Lego. But we've been a bit better recently, and we're only buying smaller sets for a while, because we just, yeah, we can't keep buying sets that we will build when we have a forever home. There are two different Falcons. There are the original and the re-release. So the re-release is like 100 and something, and we were thinking of getting it to have like them next to each other in the coffee table, so like you'd have one and then you'd have the other, but then it's a lot of money and we still wouldn't build it for a while, so I don't know. Oh dear, need to dip, sorry. Oh no, you're fine. Please do not apologize. Get some heckin' snacks, look after yourself. I'm building the Tim Burton Batmobile now. Ooh, yeah, I do like the Batmobiles are great. Actually, a lot of the I'm hit and miss, to be fair. I was gonna say a lot of the sets that are like with a franchise are really good. I'm not so keen on some of the Marvel ones, but the Star Wars ones are fantastic. And yeah, when they did Batman ones, we have a lot of the Batman minifigures, that's for sure. We whenever we go out on like a little outing, if they have minifigures, we'll buy a couple more. And we did get a lot of Batman ones, although not a lot of the ones I probably wanted. A lot of unusual Batman ones. We did get Batman with the dolphin though, and I wanted that one really bad. Ah, oh, dear. My backlog be chonk. Yeah, it's like, part of being a Lego fan, I think, is also just buying sets that you're not building, and you will build one day, but not right now. Pleads the fifth to the subject of backlogs. Oh yeah, for sure. Don't worry, Gav, we got you. Where art thou, Jelly? Gromit! Welcome on in, I hope you are having a good day. How are you doing? Ah, dear. Voltron was another good one. I don't know if I've seen the Voltron set, maybe because I haven't watched the show, so I probably wasn't looking for it. The ones I really, really like, I don't know if you guys, well, you do Lego, so you're probably familiar. When you see like the sets people vote on, I can't remember the website it's hosted on, but like you can see like the ideas of people, and there were like pianos and like typewriters and stuff like that, stuff that never got like hasn't got like a set release, but you can see all the pieces that you'd buy to do it. We love those. We're a big fan of those. Oh dear, those are good. Still angry at Marvel for spoiling Captain America. Did they do that? Oh no. Oh no. Yeah, I've always been a little bit underwhelmed by the Marvel sets, personally. I think because Marvel is such a big franchise, you'd expect pretty interesting one. I don't know though. None of them really spoke to me. They got their like figures, and they got the big head figures. I think you had like the gauntlet. I can't think of any others that I was particularly like blown away by. But maybe it's just because it's not to my taste. It could just be that. Ones I do like are, what are they called? The city ones. The ones where you build a city and you get like your fire station, and your cinema, and your diner. The diner's probably my favourite. Where the hell is that? There it is. Sorry, I was trying to get this through the hole at the other end, and it's just disappearing over and over again. There we go. That's better. The Optimus Prime. Ooh, idea sets. Yeah, idea sets. Ideas.lego.com. Thank you. It's the idea sets. Yeah, I was like, I'm not sure exactly where they are, but it's like the ones where they tell you the parts you need and you can pick everything up if you want to make it. Ah, dear. I like the bigger Marvel sets. DJ! Thank you for the DJ. To be fair, those ones, any of the bigger sets are normally better, but then sometimes I look at the Marvel sets and I put them next to, say, like just a regular set at the same price. Oh, Sam Reese, thank you for the follow. Very kind of you. You put them next to like the other sets of the similar price range, and it's like, I'm paying more and I don't feel like I'm getting more. And that being said, the heads were pretty cool. When they were doing like, I think they did like Venom and a few others. Those were pretty sick. That's not Marvel though. Oh, is that Marvel? Yeah, that is Marvel, right? Have you seen Miss Marvel? No. I see the cosplays, I see the art, I do not see the show. Random, but I went to school with a girl who invented the Did you? Oh, so that's pretty cool. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. Oh. I don't have any cool Lego claim to fames like that. You have the Star Wars a lot. There's a lot of good Star Wars one. Starry Night is an amazing build. I like the ones, I like ones like that, where they take something in reality and make it a Lego set. I think even though I don't support the teams, that's why I like the football stadiums, right? Like, why would I need it in my house? I do not support the teams of the stadiums, but like, I really like the stadiums. I think the stadiums look so cool. How's it going? Onyx, welcome on in. It's going good. We are chatting a bit about Lego, getting these big wing pieces done. So these are gonna be details that end up going on the wings. That's kind of how this cosplay goes, though, is you make the details, all of them individually, and then you come together at the end, put them all together. Kind of same with what we did with the dress, but on a smaller scale. Yeah. Oh, thank you for the lurk, Fairy. I hope it goes well. Oh dear, the scenes, agreed. Yeah. It's like there's no reason for me to get some of these sets. Wasn't there a really cool bridge set as well? And they did the Titanic. But like, these are all things I don't particularly have an interest in. Like the Titanic is, you know, it's whatever, but it's like not one of my, something that I'm massively interested in regularly. But the The hecking builds, they're so good. I love it. Whenever we go by the Lego shop, we always have a look in. But the difficulty then is to like not walk away with something. Ah, dear. What I did like doing, I would sometimes buy parts and make people custom gifts. That was cool because you can get like on your computer programs that help you basically make your custom sets. So I've made some custom gifts for people out of Lego. And that's been really fun. I've enjoyed that. Although it does take a bit. You know, if you're looking to make a full effort gift for somebody who likes Lego, maybe have a look at doing stuff like that. I mean, the gift is lovely, right? But every time I do it, I'm like, I'm not going to do this again. And then I do it again. Oh, so lazy. I hope you're having a good day. Welcome on in. I hope your week's gone well. I walk away saying yeah. Yeah, it's like we're pretty good these days about like when we got the Millennium Falcon, we were just going in to have a look around the store, but because at the time we were looking to buy them, they were out of stock so often. Shiny would often ask, "Do you by any chance have any of the Millennium Falcon in store?" And every time they'd be like, "No, sorry, it's always out of stock. It's all out of stock. They sell out so quickly," to the point where they even told us the day that they did get restocked. For a lot of their sets, so that we could come that day if we wanted to. Like a little dialogue with the Lego store. But yeah, we went in and we weren't expecting anything, like it wasn't the right day and they hadn't advertised that they had any, but Shiny asked, "Do you have the Millennium Falcon?" And they were like, "Yes," and so we bought it. And I listen, there are sets that I like more than that particular set, but I expect once it's built, I will love it. That's gonna... The thing is, though, you need a few days in a row, right? Oh, no! Is that still on? I'm sorry, Gev! Let me turn that off. My bad. Yeah, we were doing some tests on that to see if it made any positive difference. I can tell you as an affiliate, the answer is no. You have 6 ads! No! Alright, let me change this. How can I turn it off? Oh no. Oh no. Excuse me while I am a professional streamer. There you go. Oh, okay, I was like, it's not doing it. Sorry, we'll keep pre-roll ads on, take the other one off. Yeah, so basically there was a change in Twitch where they add an incentive program for ads. We were testing it out yesterday just as like a look to see if any difference was made, because I was offered the chance to do it. No, it does technically make a difference. I think I earned an extra 3 pence or something yesterday. Yeah, so it was not enough difference for me to... Maybe if I kept it on for longer, it would make a difference. But I can say on the first day, I earned like an extra 3 pennies. And yes. Wait, is it offering you Viagra? I've been waiting for the Viagra ones. Everyone keeps saying they get Viagra ones on other people's streams, but they don't get it on mine. Why am I not advertising Viagra? Oi, oi. Mostly neutral Marvel shows, but it's nice to have positive brand representation that isn't perpetuating negative stereotypes. Show looks really cool and excited to see the rest of it. Heck yeah! I'm terrible. I don't watch television. I watch like a couple of films, maybe 1 series a year. But, you know, if it gets a lot of hype or if there's a costume in it that I want to do, maybe I'll end up watching it. Is that the incentive on top of Avenue, or is it just showing the total? It just shows the total, so I pop it next to the stream that was the same length. Again, it's difficult to say, but we did actually have quite a high viewer average yesterday, so it's difficult to say if it went up because of the incentive, or if it went up just because we had more people watching, because it was that minimal. But that's okay. I think maybe if I was a slightly bigger streamer, it would have more of an effect. At the size that I am, it's very minimal. Also, Gundam, thank you for the follow. Very heckin' kind of you. Welcome on in. Gonna live up to my name and lurk. Oh, thank you for the lurk. Return some Adlan. Welcome back. I've fixed it, Gev. We're fine. We have pre-rolls on. I don't know as well if it might be because pre-rolls hits everyone, whereas it seems like these mid-roll ads do not hit everyone. And again, if I don't have enough people watching that it hits a fair few people, maybe that's why. But I also do not work for Twitch, and I have no idea. I can guess, but I don't know. Oh dear. Back from ad, welcome back. Wow, you're gonna get rich off that, I know, right? I know. But then I really didn't earn very much from ads anyway. Again, because I'm a smaller channel, maybe I have a higher percentage of people that are subscribed. But yeah, who knows? Who knows? It doesn't. Maybe it doesn't advertise Viagra on your stream because your fans already have a lust for. Maybe that's what it is. Get that coin. Yeah, 3 coins actually, unless you get like a 2p and a 1p. But we'll say 3. Oh, thank you for the hydrate. I do need to remember to do that today. It is bloody hot. Like, I've complained about it plenty. This craft room gets so warm. Although it's still only 20 degrees. It hasn't gone up yet. So you know what? We'll survive. And the thing is as well, I was chatting about this last night. I kind of need to get used to the heat because we're going to Amsterdam in the middle of July and I'm going to be wearing like 8 layers. And they're not cotton, most of them, so they won't breathe. So maybe this is just like a nice, you know, what do you call it? Lead up to Amsterdam. Practice for the body to get used to that much heat. I really hope they have air conditioning at... listen, it's a big convention center, so I'm sure they'll have air conditioning, right? I'm sure they'll have air conditioning. But then I've been to MCM when it's hot, and they say they have air conditioning, and they probably do. It's probably like the 150,000 people that are making it warm, not having air conditioning, but it feels like they don't. Medium rare jelly, absolutely. Excuse me, anything else other than medium rare, and no, you're wrong. Can't think of another reason this channel doesn't need Viagra, but specs nobody. Gev. Oh dear. It's because as we discussed yesterday, this costume is going for sexiest costume, and that's why. Sexiest and sparkliest, all the S's. Sexiest, sparkliest, sweatiest. we can keep going. I'll take all of the S's. Oh dear. Is it the Ahoy? No, Ahoy? I'm not sure what the Ahoy is. I'm so sorry. Did you say you like Lego City sets? I do like the Lego City sets. I think... I just, every time they release a new one, I don't get all of them. We're very good. But some of them are just really, really nice. The diner is, some of them are just so good. You need one of those cool vests they make for Gimli. Yeah, I have seen cosplayers talk about those before. Unfortunately for me, because they do come up a little bit higher, a lot of them, and mine is a plunge beneath the bra line, so I have to be a bit careful because there are things you can see. Yeah, so the big plunge is the issue because it does go so low, but it's okay. We're managing around it, but it'd be a bit difficult to wear anything underneath it. The other thing is it's corseted, so having an extra layer underneath might mean that my dress doesn't do up. We already have a bit of a wrestle to get this dress up, so yeah, I don't want to push that out anymore. It might be an issue. Right, costume, yes. Yes. Bright lights and heavy weight triggers my migraines. Listen, don't call me out for this. Oi, oi. Look, I am booking myself in for a massage the day after TwitchCon, so that if I have a migraine, then maybe they can help me get rid of it. Thing is, at least bright lights won't be an issue because I'm going to be blind. Right? So it'll be alright, it'll be alright. The name of the building where TwitchCon's gonna be is the Rye! No, is it the Ahoy? I thought it was the Rye, but maybe it is the Ahoy. Ahoy is a much cooler name. That's the area focus builds. I just started streaming by posting on Instagram for about 6 years. I design and build emergency service. Oh wait, so you do your own? Or do you do your own, or do you do the city sets and your own? Because that sounds pretty hacking cool. That'd be a lot of effort, I assume, building those sets. Especially if you're using like the online stuff. But I bet they look heckin' cool. Those kind of custom builds just, they're sick. The Rye, thank you, never been there, don't know if they have AC. Because it's such a big like convention hall, I'm expecting that they do. But yeah, who knows? Fingers crossed. Is what it is. You know, we'll get by. Regardless of what happens, we're gonna have a good weekend. It would just be nice if it was not boiling hot. Thank you for egg. I do the city sets and my own. Heck yeah. Oh, it's so cool. The only ones that I've designed myself tend to be smaller sets, but then I've never done them for myself. I've always gifted them as gifts, so I don't want them to be too big. Yeah, but it's good. I enjoy it. Bring your aftershave deodorant, everyone. Yeah, bring deodorant, bring sprays. Face masks are optional, but you know, for your own safety, considering how hot it might be worth bringing face masks. Because you know, oh, that cosplayer smell. You look at cosplayers in photos and you think, wow, beautiful, so cool, so much art. Wow, very nice. Cosplayers in person, stinky. Actually, I'd say that's not true though. The majority of cosplayers like understand that they're going to be a bit warmer and take precautions for it. But yeah. Oh dear. I've heard complaints about smelly people. It's like just what do you call it? People always talk about it at cons, like bring deodorant and stuff like that. I'd say 99% of people are really good about it. Like, you know, they clean and also wear deodorant because they are hot. Like, convention halls are very hot places, right? So you know, it's not your fault if you get sweaty, but you can bring your own deodorant. Like, they're not going to take deodorant away from at the door, so you can cover up a little bit. But I think I was only going. I was pretty good at MCM the last time I went, but then I was only there for 2 hours, so like, you know, maybe I didn't have the full experience. If you were an egg, would you? Would I what? Would I be smelly? Absolutely not. I would wear deodorant. Oh dear. How do you compensate for heat inside of a costume? Having pieces you can take off is really handy. So for me, I can't take off the dress and the tail, but I can unclip my wings and I can take off my arm pieces. To be honest, the arm pieces are the worst. But how to put it, like, you can take them off. So I think probably for the majority of the convention, I probably won't wear my arms. I'll probably keep those off. The wings don't really heat me up that much. They're just a pain in the ass to walk around in. But yeah, less costume also. A lot of people like rip on people for doing like sexy costumes or like more skimpy costumes. They're the smartest cosplayers at the convention. Because it's so hot there. They're the only ones half the time that are like a reasonable temperature. And at least as a cosplayer, you look at those cosplayers and be like, damn, I wish I was wearing what they were wearing. Instead, I've decided to wear 8 layers on the hottest day of the year. You know? A lot of it comes down to what you enjoy from costuming though. Like, do you enjoy the wearing more? Body paint? Making? Like, photography? What do you enjoy? And for some people, they'll enjoy maybe buying a costume and wearing it, and it's a little less, and some people will enjoy wearing those costumes. Personally, I probably would enjoy wearing it for like the being cooler factor, but I think because I like making layers for my costume, I love layering them up. I can't imagine probably doing it so much myself, unless there was a sexy character that also had a lot of layers. And then maybe, who knows? Oh dear. Ass flap for ventilation. I wouldn't say ass flap for ventilation, but I would definitely say having a way that you can effectively use the toilet's very important. I also a cosplayer and know the blight of the hot. Cosplay Deadpool, put a stick of deodorant at the start and used a whole can of spray throughout the day. It's just the thing is, you don't think it's going to be as hot as it is, but it is exceptionally hot. One thing I do find though is when I go to conventions, there's always like a little bit of adrenaline. Like, you're always, at least for me, I'm always very excited and happy, and so a lot of the things that I might be normally I'd consider really uncomfortable, I won't necessarily notice until the end of the day, just because of the adrenaline of being at the convention in a full costume. So sometimes it won't hit me until after the con, which is nice. You enjoy a masochism, that's what it is. I'm a cosplay masochist. I like on the hottest day of the year, wearing 10 layers. It's just how it is. I remember doing full steel combat. Got it in the middle of, oh my god. Yeah, wait. Steel in the heat? Oh, you gotta be careful with that. Like that's literally gonna cook you, Kiwi. Were you not being cooked? Mike, oh, Jesus Christ. Oh my God. Nurse, welcome on in. Medieval festivals be like, oh my God, what were you up to, Nurse? What was your stream? 2 seconds, don't look at my keyboard. No, it's a secret, no one look. There we go, get rid of it. What were you up to? Hi, Jay. Heron, hi, welcome on in. I hope you're having a good day. Oh dear, and Duda, and Paxi, and Nurse, what were you up to? How was your stream? Thank you so much for the follow, Keen. And is that Mimak? Mimak, thank you so much. Oh dear, and California Bye and Kia have a jelly now? We have jelly now. Welcome on into jelly time. Welcome, welcome. Double raid. Oh wait, did 2 people raid me? Who else was part of that raid? I'm assuming someone raided you, Nurse, right before raiding me. You didn't look at it. Red, we don't have a keyboard. I type with my mind. If you see a keyboard, it's just this weird glitch that appears on screen sometimes. It's not real. Don't tell Twitch. Oh dear. Maybe you'll be an actor, yes, or maybe LARP? I wonder. Hilarious. Web Kathy. Welcome on in, Badfish. And thank you for the follow, Sloth. And Johnny. Thank you so much. It's very kind of you. Nurse got raided on the way out. They did. Who raided Nurse? Who else do we need to shout out? And also, Nurse, what were you up to today? Well, unless you need to go get snacks, in which case, please go get snacks. Go look after yourself. And thank you, Yoko. And Kiva. Thank you for the follows. It's very kind of you. Oh, dear. On the outro, Nurse, we got raided. Copperman. We performed one juggle and spit fire. Oh, my good God. We're talking a little bit about overheating in costumes at the moment. Ah, dear. And is that on Orionia? Thank you so much. Welcome on in. And Kiva and Hex, thank you for the follows. Thank you for the follows, everyone. It's very heckin' kind of you. Welcome, welcome. Chaos. AFK Kitchen, was it? Okay. We'll do a little shout out for AFK Kitchen as well, because we've all been there. Ah, dear. Oh, no, wrong person. AFK. And then underscore kitchen. Excuse me, I'm sorry, I'm really bad at typing. Not because I can't see my keyboard. That's definitely not what it is. There we go. I hope the stream was good. Oh dear, the keycaps. Jay. I don't have a keyboard, so I can't physically have keycaps. Also, Sunkoi, welcome on in. For those who are not aware, Sunkoi is another finalist in TwitchCon Cosplay Amsterdam. They're in the SFX category. So if you have a curiosity about cosplay, definitely check out Sunkoi. You see nothing. You see nothing. Sussy. Listen. Do you guys like anime? I like anime too. I like anime so much that I maybe have some things that have anime girls eating jelly because my name is Jelly, and so I figured that, you know, that would be like a really nice little ahaha anime and jelly. And there's nothing sus about it, and please don't tell Twitch. AFK Kitchen is better than AFK Arena. True. Listen, but wait, no, because it's away from keyboard kitchen. I want my kitchen to be at my keyboard. I want the food right now. I have a comedy cooking stream with Dude. We did gluten-free pizza crust comparison brand. Oh my God, okay. So as somebody, I'm a big advocate for vegan pizza. I don't know so much about gluten-free, to be quite honest, but we have had in-depth discussions about brands that don't offer vegan cheese for their pizzas in the past. Which one was better? Who are we standing? I'm just saying. Being a reenactor, I wear plate armor and fight in the heat. My set is up to 80 kilograms and we dehydrate so quickly. I'm not surprised because literally that's metal will take on that heat like nothing else. Cool. Lady, no, shh, no lady. Full plate sounds intense at the best of times. It absolutely does. Is that a bra? No. So this is a wing detail for Mateus from Final Fantasy Tactics Advance. We are also in TwitchCon Cosplay Amsterdam. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. We're competing in the larger than life, and she's got these really big wings. If you want to see, you can't, because I'm actually going to destroy my camera so that nobody can look. Please don't look at my legs. Exclamation mark cosplay, like Vile just did, actually gets you a link to the characters so you can see them and see a bit about them. We're actually nearly finished this cosplay, which is good because TwitchCon is next month. pouring water into the competitors. Oh, bless you. Also, I should say Synthesizer and Mike, thank you so much for the follows. Welcome on in. Brand name was better generic with a step above carbon. Oh, my God. Oh, dear. Brand name was way better. Okay. Better generic was a step above carbon. Okay. So with gluten-free, it'd be without the flour, or it would be with gluten-free flour, I'd assume. Could you do like a cauliflower base? Not that I've had one, I just heard people like them. I'm all about the fighting for cheese, but I don't often fight for cauliflower. But I've heard the cauliflower one's pretty alright. It's the Gambisons, they're real killer with the full kit. Oh, yeah. I'm not surprised. I don't know if you allow people to share their socials here. We don't, unfortunately. Well, wait. I can shout out anybody on Twitch. Outside of Twitch, we don't have links. I've been meaning to fix it so that we can at the very least have Instagram. And I haven't fixed it. But you're welcome to share it in the Discord, or I can send you a permit. Yeah, sorry. It's because we had people putting, it sounds so stupid. We had people putting links into like websites that are viruses. Does that make sense? Like they literally, if you click the link, you get like a nasty. I'm not exactly sure what they were, but a couple people pointed it out. They were like, we keep getting spammed by this, and now we fixed it so that we don't have any links. we will fix it over time. I'm sorry, I'm a noob. Oh dear. You have a new camera. Ooh, I thought you were gonna get more film, but you got a new camera instead. I mean, fair enough. Hey, you run out of film, I guess you buy a new camera. That's the next logical step. I kind of love your camera collection though. I don't know. It makes me really happy seeing it growing. It makes me want to have a collection of something. But then the only thing that I could think that I would collect is scissors, because I already have like 16 pairs. Let's take film photos. Is the prize camera gifted by an aunt? Oh, that's lovely. Yeah, a lot of my scissors have been gifts. If I'm not sure what to ask for, I'll always ask for, like at birthdays and Christmas, I'll say either fabric or like more. Oh my god. Oh my god, it's Hin! Hin, welcome on in. I hope you're having a good day. Hin does photography. Oh. Of the cosplay variety and other things. Oh, no, that's not what I wanted. Oh my god, we're having a lot of keyboard action today. It's not that I have a keyboard, but if I did, it would be too much. The hard part about gluten-free is most pizza dough uses flour with extra gluten in it. Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I think most of the people I know that do eat gluten-free, it's not flour. It's cauliflower or something. I'm not sure exactly how you get around it. Also, Perp, thank you for the follow. Welcome on in. Yeah, if you don't know Hinmei does like lots of photography, interesting things like that. Heck yeah, go check him out. Hello! The keyboard, there's no keyboard. Also, so many raids. Thank you everyone for popping by. It was very kind of you. As the title suggests, we're going until it's too hot to keep going. My craft room gets very, very warm. It probably doesn't help with the stream equipment, but it did get hot anyway. So we're going until too hot to keep going. Oh dear. Oh, thank you for the reeb. Oh dear. So added Sunkoi, probably won't be able to watch because time zones, but hey, yeah, actually, I should get the link. I actually have a link that will send you to every cosplayer that's taking part in TwitchCon cosplay, because thank you, Twitch. I really appreciate this website. So basically, if you're curious, this is all of the cosplayers taking part. There are a few judges mixed in there because there's actually only 15 competitors. But basically, everybody that you'll see at the TwitchCon cosplay in Amsterdam panel or competing is here. So I think it's Cindries, Kamoy, Mcroft, and who was the last one? There's one more as well. Oh, and Geeky Cassie I know is a presenter. And there's another presenter too, but I don't remember which one it is. I thought it was Fabin. Fabin, I think, is the other presenter, right? But yeah, basically everyone there is taking part. So if you want to meet any of the other cosplayers, I literally give you personal recommendation for all of them. Everyone has been so lovely and supported. Also, Zephyr, thank you for the follow. Very kind of you. Everyone's been so supportive and kind and sweet in the lead up to the judging to get in. And I would recommend everybody. And it's really cool as well, because at the moment, a lot of people are now crafting for San Diego, so the American TwitchCon, right? So if you kind of missed the process of the judging and everyone crafting beforehand, you can go watch it for America now, because people are doing it now. A really easy way to find people that are taking part is to just type into your search bar at the top of the screen, cosplay contest, because everybody who enters TwitchCon has to have the same title, which is TwitchCon Cosplay Contest Entry 2022, and then either Amsterdam or San Diego. Everyone has the same title. So it's really easy to find people that are taking part, and I'd highly recommend checking out everybody in the Amsterdam one at the least. And if you want to kind of see what it's like on the lead up to the judging, if you want to see a bit of an earlier stage in the process, go have a look at all of the American streamers streaming for it right now, because it's so fun. The ones I tried were mostly rice flour. Cauliflower ones are decent, typically pre-made and not a mix. That is true. That is very, very true. And like, we can buy them at restaurants. Even here, I'd say it's easier to buy the cauliflower ones at restaurants than it is to get anything to your house. Not that they don't exist, but they're not sold in like a lot of the smaller stores, definitely. And even some of the bigger stores don't hold them. So I think with those ones, it's like you're going out with friends and you can't have like certain things. The cauliflower one's been a good option, but at home pizza party, it's not quite the same. Chilly 12 degrees here. I envy you, Jason, and your chilly weather. Oh, Hin, I should say as well, if you need to go get some snacks, if you need to go get some drinks or anything after your stream, please do. As much as we love having everyone here, I don't want anyone starving. Checked out Mateus, it's very complex. Yes. I wonder if I have anything I can show you. A lot of it's in a suitcase downstairs because I took it somewhere else. Not to compete, just to wear it. But basically the way that we've done it, I can show you this piece. It is just one piece of armor. As I guess a scaling thing, there's 195 individual embroideries in this. Or I should say unique embroideries, because obviously we're copying them and doing it for both sides sometimes. So overall, I've printed more than 195, but there was 195 individual embroideries like this in it. And they're all beaded and sequined, depending on which armor piece they are and where they sit on the costume. So instead of making our armor with warbler and foam, which is a bit more traditional for cosplay armor, I decided I wanted to make it completely out of embroidery and beading. So it does take a little bit longer. The way that we've managed it to keep the time down a little bit is to do the embroidery with the embroidery machine. What that means is making a pattern on paper, scanning it into a computer, designing it, sending it to digitizing software, digitizing it, sending it to the embroidery machine, printing it, and then hand beading it. The whole process probably takes about 10 to 15 hours for each piece, which is a crazy amount of time to make one piece of armor. But if you take it from the patterning, because every piece has to be patterned, all the way to the beading stage, it is a really, really slow process. But that's how we've made it, and I really like how it looks. It's just a style, right? And I know it's gonna rub a lot of people like Marmite because it is so shiny and gold and stuff like that. But for me, I love it. It's right up my alley as far as design goes. Like, even with this one, we've not finished sequining it yet, but like, look at that. It shines. There's no filters on this. This is just what this costume looks like. It's really shiny. Ah, dear. So yeah, that's how it's going. I thought Fabin was a presenter because we didn't meet the presenters until they were announced with us. The judges, we kind of had an idea on beforehand because they'd put it in a couple of posts, but the presenters, we had no idea. I'm so glad. The presenters seem really nice, so I'm heckin' glad. Mad lad, mad lady, I'll be either. How many beads and sequins are we at now? We're just under 150,000. So my beads come in packs of 6,600, and my sequins come in packs of 1,500, so 1,500. I can count how many packs I've used, and that is how many we're at. It's about 150,000 beads and sequins combined. It is a very high number. Ah, dear. Also, is that on... I might need to be taught how to pronounce your name. Oronya? Onwonya? Thank you so much for the follow. It's very kind of you. I'm very dedicated, but I really like sewing. So it's not been too much of a slog, I'd say. Thank you, Sankoi! Does anyone offer subtitles? I think we've got subtitles, right? Are they not working today? They should be. We've got, where am... What? Oh, I'm being sent around all over the place I am today. Where am I? Yeah, we should have subtitles. If you do stream closed captioner in the corner, there they are. And that, I will say that it doesn't always pick up my accent 100%, but like it's close enough. You get an idea of what we're talking about. It sounds like English, but it isn't. It is Queen's English, basically. Listen, I'm the English that everyone makes fun of online. For Tuesday, bottle of water, all that kind of stuff. I don't think you can get much more English. A lot of thread, it is. Especially, so the threads come in about 1,000-meter reels. We have got through 16 reels. I think it's about 15,000 rolls of just one thread color. I'm pretty sure.
You being amazing. Love you, and we will chat more later.
No, you're fine.
Also,
take care.
I got more progress on Gimli. I will
Oh, heck yeah. Do you want to pop it in the Discord as well? Hin, because we have a lot of cosplayers who'd probably love to see that. If you're comfortable, of course. If you're not comfortable, obviously, ignore me, don't do it. But if you're comfortable, you're welcome to share in the Discord. I know none of these characters. Yeah, so there's a few characters I know and a few characters I don't know. And I also know one person who's done their own version of a character. So it's like, you know, a bit different. But listen, I've talked to the other cosplayers. We're definitely getting some group shots of all of us in our costumes together. It's going to be fantastic. I'm so excited. Your IG is... Oh, thank you, Banger. That's very kind of you. I'll be honest, I'm terrible with Instagram. I need to upload more on there because it's always like a month behind what I'm actually doing. I'm getting better. Twitter I've kind of got down. I understand how I can use Twitter now, but I'm definitely a little bit slow on the rest of it. But we're getting there. You know what? It's a learning curve, isn't it? Of course, it's a very obscure franchise. You probably wouldn't have heard of it, Final Fantasy, you know. But what I would say is I'm a very obscure character in Final Fantasy, because Tactics is like an offset of the main brand of Final Fantasy, right? And then Advance is the sequel to the offset, right? And it's not a very, it's a very polarizing game. Some people really, really like it and some people don't like it because it's quite different to Tactics. But what I would say is whether you like it or dislike it, it's got some fantastic character designs for especially like the bosses and stuff like that. The concept art in that game is really, really good. So listen, I love Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy, I like 9 is always going to be my favorite, but damn, I like the other ones too. What's the Discord again? Exclamation mark Discord? Discord. Exclamation mark Discord will give you the link to it. Also, Keith, thank you for the follow. Very heckin' kind of you. I should apologize if you ask anything or talk to me and I don't reply. I am a HGV driver. Streams on my cat. Oh, bless you. No, you're absolutely fine. Do not worry. Heck yeah. Very cool. I've met a couple of people that drive while listening to streams. And it was never something that I really considered would happen until I met, I think it was Truck Driver specifically, who literally has the name Truck Driver. Like, I should have guessed. Yeah, it's pretty heckin' cool. Wow, so this is embroidery your personal style. It looks like you've used it on other cosplays. I have, but never to this extent. This is easily the most intense I've ever gone with embroideries. But I love embroidery. I love sewing. Everything sewing, I'm big. I just really like it. So yeah, I don't know. What we decided to do with this costume, because it only has one piece of concept art that I can follow for a cosplay, the rest of it are all like very much pixel sprites, so difficult to take cosplay moves from for the most part. I have one picture, and what we decided to do very early on, because I only had one image, was to take inspiration from an already set kind of fashion genre. That way, if there is an element that I can't see because there's only one concept piece, I can say, well, due to the fact that I'm taking inspiration from this, it would probably end up looking like this behind it. And so it kind of helps me fill in the gaps a bit. So my inspiration was circus fashion. So we're talking about like fashion that you would see whilst watching the circus rather than runway fashion. Circus fashion is kind of designed in a way that it needs to scream at you, but also be quite practical. So you're looking at a lot of sequins, you're looking at a lot of really shiny fabrics, things that really will catch the light as people are performing. So not like specifically clowns or something like that, more like performance wear. You could also look at like ice skaters, dancers, things like that, but I decided to go more into circus because I wanted to use more sequins, which while they are definitely used in the others, you'll get like fully sequin suits in circuses. And so I figured that was probably a little closer to the direction I wanted to go. Drag queens, yeah. But again, like with drag queens, there's a big diversity in the way that they present that. Whereas in circus, it tends to be more just sparkles. Sparkles and shiny. And we decided that was like the avenue that I was going to go down really early. So I have taken inspiration from actually, honestly, a lot of older circus performers as well. And it's been really good. It's meant that, you know, first of all, I have an excuse to use lots and lots of shiny things, which is always good. But it gives me a bit of direction when the concept art is not giving me direction. Rio Carnival, ice skaters, heck yeah. Basically, you could simplify it to performance gear, and I think that makes a lot of sense for a cosplay as well, since a cosplay, especially if you're doing it as a competition cosplay, it is a performance at the end of the day, right? So having the inspiration be the performance, I think is probably not a bad thing. From the very beginning, we wanted to enter this into a competition, although we weren't quite sure what competition we were going to enter it into. But we've always wanted to enter into a competition, and so it made sense that that was the case. I should probably talk a little bit about this costume for anyone who's new here. We had so basically, this costume has been an amalgamation of goals that we wanted to complete while making a cosplay. The first one, and probably the most important one, was the horn. Thank you for the horn, appreciate it. Was to keep the price really low. Partly because, like, it's nice to have to not pay very much for a costume, and that's good for me. But also, we get a lot of people coming in and assuming that they can only enter cosplay competitions if they have a lot of money, which definitely doesn't need to be the case. So that was the first inspiration. And just as a note, we've managed to keep this to about £20 a month. We've been working on it. It will be probably around a total of 12 months, although we weren't buying anything for the first part. So I'll say it's about £20 a month, comes to a total of 240 quid, which still sounds like a lot of money, but when you break it down into how much you're spending a month on it, it's a bit more approachable for somebody who's never maybe done a cosplay competition piece, right? So that was our first goal. Second goal, it had to be made in a way that didn't actively make me ill. I am disabled, great. But it means that there are certain things I can't do very easily, or I can't do without making myself sick. So the entire crafting process has to be done in a way that is 100% healthy for me. And we've done that. And the third goal was to get into a competition, ideally an international competition. We were looking at Crown Championships and we were looking at TwitchCon, and we decided to go for TwitchCon because that's where I spend all my time. And yeah, to get into an international cosplay competition with this cheap-ass cosplay. And we did it. We did it. So basically I've hit all my goals with this costume. But that's kind of where the costume has come from and why we've made it like this. And why we've used a lot of the techniques that we have, because they are a little bit unusual, but there's always a reason for it, whether it be because of the theming, whether it be because we're trying to keep it, you know, comfortable for me and within my ability range, or whether it be because we're trying to keep it cheap. I mean, all of my fabrics are like lining fabrics for the most part. They're like the fabrics you put on the inside of your coats and stuff like that. But I would say by the time that we're finished with them, they don't look like that anymore. Cirque du Soleil is a good one. Yeah, that's a good example. Cirque du Soleil. I don't actually know how we haven't thought of that, but that's okay. Listen, it's hot weather. Brain slow. Have you much thought about the performance walk on stage? So, as a larger-than-life cosplayer, my main goal is to just stay on the stage and not hit anyone. Because, Sunkoi, have you watched the 2019 TwitchCon cosplay larger-than-life category? It's all on YouTube, by the way, if you want to see any of it, any of the previous TwitchCons. But if you watch that, you watch the larger-than-life builds, because they'll announce the next person before the first person has got off the stage. And when you have two larger-than-life costumes trying to get down one small walkway to exit or enter the stage, it's so funny. And everyone's just like, it's like having two trucks next to each other and they can't move. 10 out of 10. So my main goal is to get on and off the stage without hitting anyone, which unfortunately I can't really plan for in advance, but like that's my goal. How about you? Have you had any thoughts about it? 250 quid. I think it's pretty close to that in euros. In dollars, it would be 20% more. Because the euro and the pound are not so dissimilar right now. Oh dear. Oh, did you put the link in the chat? Oh, I'm assuming you've put it in the Discord as well though, right? Yeah, I can see some stuff happening in cosplay. Oh, wait, Henry's. Oh my god. Wait, that's so cute. Oh my god. Oh, I love that. Oh. 10 out of 10. Oh, and there it is, Hin. Oh my god, look at those weapons, though. They're very satisfying. Heck yeah! Oh, you got some good photos as well. Very cool. Very hecking cool. Oh my god, that's all so sweet. Oh yeah, to convert to New Zealand dollars. My bad, my bad. That's all good, that's all good. But yeah, it's about 20 quid a month. That's basically what we spent. I will say I did buy a big chunk of it in one go. So it was more like, no money, no money. £180, no money, no money. Because I bought a lot of it in the sales. Sometimes, if you're buying fabric online, some websites will put their fabric into Black Friday sales, and that's very helpful to keep the price down. I actually also got a deal on a lot of my thread. Unfortunately, not my embroidery thread, but all of my hand stitching thread, a lot of it I got in the Black Friday sales because Gutermann was having a huge Black Friday sale last year, which I don't think I've ever seen them do one like that before, but it was great. There was like 20 to 30% off all their threads, and I'm like, well, I'm gonna need them anyway, so I'll just buy them now. And I got loads of thread, and thread is quite expensive. I think it's one of those things a lot of people don't budget for in cosplays if you're sewing, but if you're doing a big sewing costume and you're using a lot of thread because of it, 1,000 meters of thread is like 10 quid normally, right? So if you're going to be using, like me, 15,000 meters, that is 150 quid on thread. But there are ways to keep it down. By doing a lot of it with the embroidery machine, embroidery threads are a lot cheaper. You're talking like £2 something for 1,000 meters. So that keeps that price down. Originally, I was thinking to do a lot of it by free motion, but because of how expensive the thread would be to do that, I stayed far away from that idea. Like, absolutely not, sorry. Not happening. Can't do that because I can't afford to buy that much thread. How long did you spend planning before you started sewing? About a month. But to be fair, I would put the planning in with the pattern making, and we made a lot of our patterns in the first month as well. So it was like about a month of planning and pattern making, and a lot of those patterns were for digitizing. So we got a lot of our stuff in for that. We didn't do all of them at that time, and there's been a few that we've done as we've went, but the legs and all the dress pieces I did in the first month. We did have to reprint them a couple times because that's also when we did our tests or whether the embroidery was working, whether I need to make any changes. Unfortunately, with embroidery machines, there's positives and negatives. Once you get it right, you can do it over and over again with you don't have to change anything. But it's getting it to that point where the embroidery machine likes what you're asking it to do it, and that can take a little while. But you know, I think we did 3 iterations of the embroideries, and the third one ended being the one we used. Because we ended up beading and sequining everything, originally I was doing really complicated embroideries and doing really heavy designs into them, but then there was no space for beading because the embroideries were so complicated. So I cut it down, and it kind of worked, but it was still a little bit too busy, so I cut it down to really simplistic shapes. Not shapes, but designs. And so like, they'd only be the 2 colors, and it wasn't too complicated, and yeah. That ended up being really good, even though it looked really simple, because it meant that I could do lots of stuff with like hand beading and sequining. And so overall it became preferable. So yeah, the first month was getting the patterns for the dress. The dress has an awful pattern, but how many muslins did it take for the final patterns for the dress? 4. Although one of them I did cut up and use as pattern pieces for the armor. 4 in total it was. And which honestly is not that bad. So the bodice has an inbuilt corset that actually comes really quite high, like much higher than your average corset. The reason is it has a plunge below the bra line, but then also I wanted my dress to be sturdy enough that I could just attach the wings to the dress. So the dress is actually more like a decorated harness than it is a dress. So it has an inbuilt bra, it has like a massive corseting system on the inside. It actually has 2 corsets if you include the tail, which then covers the bottom half of the corset. But because of that, it ends up being like a harness that I can just strap my wings to, which is good. Because otherwise, having a harness and a tail, they could get in the way of each other, because the tail's really big. And I didn't really want those 2 pieces to be part of the same harness either. Because it would limit exactly where I could put things. So I'm quite happy with the order. But yeah, a lot of the planning was like You know, how are we going to have the tail and the wings together? Because the tail is really big, but the wings will need sturdiness to keep them in, right? And then also things like with the dress, how we were going to get all of those pattern pieces, how we were going to incorporate the bra into the dress, because I can't wear a bra with the dress, how we were going to keep everything... I don't know how to put this nicely. Keep everything from flopping out, considering the low V. How we were going to keep it Twitch safe whilst doing this costume, another consideration. How I was going to pee in this costume, because I nearly designed this costume so that I would never be able to use a toilet in it without having to take the entire costume off. We were so close to making it like unpeeable. We were very lucky that one of my mods pointed out, they were like, wait a minute, Jelly, can you pee in this costume? And then we had like a whole stream of working out how we could fix it so that we could pee, because this was really late on as well. Like, we had done the majority of the designing at this point. We'd actually already made the pattern for certain parts, and then suddenly we realized, wait a minute, I can't pee in this costume. Like, there's no way, not without taking the entire costume off. So we had like a little panic stream of trying to like change it so that we could do that. That was a time. And then yeah, it was just a bit of a grind, honestly, after that. Not sure yet. I'd love to do some kind of water bend. I was kind of thinking that would work really well for you. So anyone who doesn't know, Sunkoi is doing, what's it, a Quali? No. Vaporeon. A Vaporeon, but D&D inspired Vaporeon. It's very hecking cool. They are tail buddies with me, so we both have a tail. I think we're the only two characters with a tail, although I'm not sure about Vilena. Maybe she has a tail attached to her dress. Potentially. Either that or it's just me and you that have tails, so we can be tail buddies. Oh dear. And yeah, for all of United Culinary Axes, I spent around... But they look so good though, to be fair. Understandable, they do look really good. So let's shift the weight of the harness to your hips instead of the shoulders. So no. The harness is like, it's like wearing a life vest, honestly. You feel it over the entirety of my upper body. So what I was really trying to do was actually shift it off my hips, because a lot of the weight is hip down because of the tail and things like that. So I've been trying to shift the weight off my hips and have it on my entire upper body. So the upper body, it fits like a corset over the shoulders. I don't know how to explain it. It's like the entire upper body is a very decorated harness, basically. So I don't feel the weight at all. Like when I attach anything to it, you can't feel it. It sounds like I'm making it up, but when you attach the wing pack, I don't even notice unless you're like wrestling it, because it adds no extra weight from how it feels. It's like my body is the harness, if that makes sense, because it's so tight to the skin. It doesn't shift at all, and yes, it was difficult to get it to that stage, especially because I've changed size. I lost loads of weight and then I gained loads of weight. So like, it's been a bit of a pain in that regards, because it is like wearing a second skin. But other than that, it's been good. I'm very proud of it. Tail squad, let's go. Heck yeah. Oh dear. I'm not sure if Vilena has a tail, but if Vilena has a tail, they are welcome to join Tail Squad. Definitely recommend new style of boob tape. Yeah. I'm gonna... so far, I've done a lot of tests and I haven't fallen out yet, but because of... So I have a helmet with it, basically, that does cut off a lot of my vision. I can't check if I've fallen out. So when I went to MCM, I didn't have tape on because I wasn't very well and I just wasn't feeling like sticking anything to myself. And I had to have Shiny, my assistant, just keep checking to make sure that I hadn't fallen out, right? Because I couldn't tell. Like, I can't feel anything. It's just like a second skin kind of thing, which is not ideal and definitely not something that I'd want to do if I was wearing it for longer. So yeah, we'll just use some tape. Take myself in a bit. Ah, that's so good, the feeling of weightlessness. Yeah, the only thing that I can feel on this costume, which it really annoys me, I can feel the petticoat. The petticoat has so much weight to it. So the way that we made the petticoat, I wanted it to look reasonably traditional because the character's meant to be really old. So I was like, I want to use traditional techniques and I don't want to use really modern materials if it's for something like a petticoat where it's like, I could use more old-fashioned ones. So I made a ruffled petticoat out of cotton. I did edge it and things like that. Like, it looks nice, and I really like how it looks. It is the heaviest part of this costume. Is my petticoat. because it's rather than using something like Toooo that's really lightweight, I've used cotton, which is not a super heavy fabric, but when you layer it up that much, it feels heavy. So yeah, I'm a bit annoyed about that. It's a bit late to change it at this point, and it does look good. So like for the look of it, I'll just suffer, I think, in this particular case, but I won't do it again. Next time I'll find like a different material and layer that up instead. Because as much as like I like the vibe, I don't like the feeling of it. Honestly, I shouldn't really say these things while I'm live though, because any of the judges could be here and then it's gonna be like, oh dear, oh dear. Do you think about that, Sunkoi? Do you feel like any of the judges could like pop into your chat and then like watch? Because like, I totally understand if any of the streamers decide not to stream the rest of their costume on Twitch. First of all, for the wow factor when you come onto stage, but also like, they can't see. Nobody can see. Thing is, I've been doing this way before the TwitchCon cosplay contest, so I'm just like, well, I'm kind of stuck here now. This is what I do. Plus, I do want to show you guys the finished product, especially because a lot of you won't be able to go to TwitchCon Amsterdam. I want you to see it. Ah, dear. I ordered the official helm for Gimli as well, so I've spent around This is the thing though, if you're not fancying to make it, it will cost a little bit to get these proper like nice props and stuff, but I bet it's satisfying once you've got it. I bet it's satisfying. You don't go through the process of poking yourself with a beading needle over and over again. That being said, I complain about it a lot, but I actually really quite like sequining. I wouldn't have done a whole costume around sequining if I didn't enjoy it. I like adding the shiny. Oh my god, hadn't even occurred to me as a possibility. I'm just a small bean on Twitch. Yeah, but you don't stream at the same time as I think any of the other competitors. So it would be pretty easy to like have a little look. Because like there's literally a page for it. Like there's a whole page. Do I still have it in my copy paste bar? Nope. No, I don't. That's okay. But there's a whole page for it where you could see every cosplayer. So like they could just like flick through, see if anyone's live, and then if you're live, be like, haha, let me get the behind the scenes scoop. Oh, thank you for the alert, Gev, I appreciate it. Take care of yourself. The helm, only 5,000 were made. Oh. So it's like a collector's item as well. I understand, I understand. Oh, Nurse, thank you again so much for the raid. It was really lovely to meet you, but yeah, get yourself some heckin' sleep. Look after yourself after stream. Oh dear. Yeah, whenever anyone raids, I just expect that they're gonna have to eat. Because that's always been my experience. I raid when I'm just too hungry to continue. Or because a lot of the time with this cosplay, I can't really eat on stream. It's just not, you know, I can maybe have a snack, but a full meal, nah. Although today we are under a different kind of time limit, which is, God, it's hot in the UK right now. I've noticed a small uptick in random followers since the schedule went up. Same, when the schedule went up, quite a few people, especially people with cosplay in their name, followed, and it was like, oh heck yeah. But the thing is, I kind of like that. It's a good way of meeting other cosplayers, right? Again, which is kind of exactly what TwitchCon has been for a lot of us, which has been a really nice way of meeting other cosplayers. Listen, I'm not going to say Twitch doesn't have its issues, but I will shill for TwitchCon cosplay. They've done such a good job. Such a good job. And I really hope, because this is the first time we've had it in Europe, I really hope that anything that happens this year that isn't good, they'll go from that and take it to next year. Because so far, I will say they've been knocking it out the park for doing it the first time over here. It's been great. The communication has been fantastic. Like I said, I knew weeks ago. They let everybody know basically within 24 hours of when they said it was going to. Actually, I think they said by the 3rd, and I knew before the 3rd. And then I've had consistent communication about everything, any changes, things like that. It's been a really fantastic way. Because of the way that they make you enter, you can very easily find the other cosplayers taking part, but because of that, it's a really good way of meeting other cosplayers on Twitch that might not regular stream in your time zone. So that's been fantastic. And also, like, the fact that they do pay for you to go, so like it's very accessible to the majority of people. It's fantastic. You're the same? Heck yeah. You stream till you're just too hungry and you go get snacks. Oh dear. Well, a lot of collectibles. Heck yeah, it was 44 degrees. Oh. God. Absolutely, so many cool new people. It's hard to find good cosplayers on Twitch. You end up getting other types of streams. Thing is, I don't mind watching people wearing costumes either, like, and playing video games and stuff like that. Like, I like that too. Like, it's because the thing is, if you've ever worn a cosplay before, you know that's tiring. You know what they're doing is like exhausting work. And sometimes, I don't know, I do still find it quite inspiring. It depends though. Like, I like to see. It doesn't have to be a made costume by any means, but like, I prefer the full costume rather than maybe like just the wig or something like that. That's just me, because I like sewing, so I want to see the whole costume. But yeah, other than that, I like it. It was by the 3rd, they told us on the 2nd. Yeah, exactly. I think, I can't remember if I did find out. I found out even really early in the morning on the 2nd, or really late at night on the 1st. It was like, I don't know about you, Sunkoi. Have you had all your communications at about 3 in the morning? I'll wake up with another email, I'll reply, and then I get a reply back at like 3 in the morning, so I think they're just running on a different schedule. Yeah, it's like 2 a.m. nearly every communication I've had, I've seen it first thing in the morning because they've emailed me at like 2 a.m. You like to watch the making, that's fair. I do normally prefer to watch the making process. But yeah, you know, personal taste. There's something for everyone, innit? But yeah, TwitchCon cosplay has been so cool. Really, really cool. And I'm sure San Diego will be fantastic as well. Like, I know a couple of the streamers taking part in the San Diego one, and from what I've seen so far, oh my god, so good. Thing is, San Diego or America, the TwitchCon over in America is a bit more cemented, like they've had multiple rounds of it before, and while I couldn't do it, I think the last couple of years because of COVID, before then they've had multiple cosplay competitions, so I think they're really like, you know, they got it, they know what they're doing. I thought maybe working on US times, which would make sense, because isn't Twitch based in America? Yeah. But every time I like wake up, I'll check my emails and be like, there we go, 2 in the morning. Which means that I guess technically the dialogue takes a little bit longer, but they sent me everything I needed to do really, really quickly. And every time there was an update, I've been told, especially because I changed categories. So I originally entered into the sewing category because, you know, my costume is predominantly sewn. I haven't really used any specific larger-than-life techniques really as like a forefront of what I've been doing. But because my costume is larger-than-life, I was moved to the larger-than-life category to fill in some space, which I'm really happy about because it does mean that you know, the maximum amount of competitors that could get in did. And yeah, I'm happy. I just wanted to get in, honestly. Watching the contest 2019 and they're also, oh, you're watching it? Yes! Honestly, I think sometimes people assume that because TwitchCon cosplay is maybe not the most talked about cosplay contest, that the quality would be lower. The amount of quality in previous TwitchCons, it's very inspiring. Very, very inspiring. Like, every time I need some quick inspiration, I watch the VODs of the previous TwitchCons. They are so good. So good. And like, you see every cosplay and you're like, Jesus Christ. Oh my god, wait, why are they all so good? It is like seeing a compilation of the best of the best of the best. It's so cool. Multitasking, heck yeah. I would like, oh, thank you, Hin. Take care, get some snacks, look after yourself. Yes, 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 yes. San Diego also has the larger cons in the country, so they kind of have it figured out. Yeah, I imagine. It feels like a very well-oiled machine over there. But, you know, I'd have to say, for the first time running it, over here, they've done a fantastic job. I think I feel better informed with this competition than I have in other competitions where they've been running for like 10 years. So, at least over in this country. I feel very well informed, I know what is expected of me, I know the times, I know what I need to do, and I get given lots of help as well, so like, yeah, I'm very, very heckin' impressed with how they've handled it. It's been great. Oh dear. And yeah, especially with them paying for you to go, I recommend it to anyone. If you're over in America right now and you are a cosplayer, I would recommend it, like 100%. Because the thing is, if you make your cosplayers on Twitch anyway, all you need to do is slap a different title on it for 15 hours and enter. And then, worst comes to worst, you don't get in. But you have a chance of having like basically a full expenses paid trip to TwitchCon if you do get in. So like you don't really have anything to lose. Yeah, it's good heckin' stuff. So far, very impressed with the organization. Me too. It's definitely given me a really good vibe for the convention, that's for sure. when stuff behind the scenes feel disorganized, it's I think it's a good indication, hopefully, that the convention should be pretty good. Hopefully. Fingers crossed. Yeah, very heckin' exciting. Morning, Cthulhu, good morning. I hope you're having a good day. Welcome on in. We've been talking a little bit. I've been shilling for TwitchCon cosplay. But I've been recommending to anyone watching from America that if they have the chance to enter, if they make costumes, if they think it sounds fun, just to give it a go, because you might not get in. You might not get in. The quality of people getting in is always really high, but you might get in, and if you do get in, then you get a full expenses paid trip. Ah, dear. Also seconding the enter if you're making anyways, because you never know you can actually qualify. Yeah, exactly. And there's so many benefits to qualifying. It's not like other competitions where they expect you to pay your own way there and get your own tickets and stuff like that. They're very, very good. Like they're very accommodating, and they'll put it on all the rules as well, so you can see exactly how much money they give you. But like, what to put it, it's at least $1,500 to help you get there. If you're larger than life, $2,500 to get there. So like, they're very accommodating. Saying that all the stuff I work on is basically just a cosplay of myself. Heck yeah! Heck yeah! Listen, there's nothing wrong with an OC cosplay. We like that. It's still good. There we go. Oh god, where am I? There we go, move all this. Alright, oh god. Jesus. You know, I thread back. There we go. Shilling is good. If it's okay, I was shilling you and the... Oh, it's my stream. Thank you. Thing is, though, I shill things that are good. Shilling me is like, I don't know, shilling the turtle you just found in the garbage. Like, it's okay. We like turtles. Unfortunately, this one smells pretty bad. Oh, I appreciate it, though. It's very heckin' kind of you. Do a lot of the people in your stream also really like cosplay? Or you know, masochism. we take all kinds here. Cosplay, masochism, all that kind of stuff. Man, I really like this costume though. I know it's my own costume and I'm gonna be biased, but this is easily like the biggest thing I've ever made. And I'm so happy with it. I'm sending some pictures to grandparents of the jelly right now because they don't have the internet, so they can't see it. So I've been having to take pictures to send to my grandparents so that they can see the costume. Oh dear. But I'm really proud of this one. I think they'll like it because I think they also like gold a lot. I get it from somewhere, you know? I find other insane cards of masochism. It's the masochism. Listen, people come for the cosplay and stay for the masochism. But yeah, I do want to emphasize that I really enjoy this costume. I had a really good time making it, and while it has been very intense, it's been very, very fun the whole way. And I'm not just saying that. Like, I've genuinely really enjoyed making it. I did feel bad because I knew coming into this that this costume was going to take a while, and like, for everyone who's been here a bit longer, you know that we've been making this on stream since August. Like, and we haven't really deviated into anything else that much, but I really appreciate everyone for hanging in there with me while we made this because it's been so fun. At least for me, it's been really, really fun. And it's been really fun to share some techniques that I wouldn't regularly use on smaller costumes because they are more time consuming. Hey, I don't know about trash turtles, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Oh, that's true! Don't knock trash. I completely forgot about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I don't know how, but I did forget. Also, Atu, welcome on in. It is warm, isn't it? It's very hecking warm. My god. Welcome to the heat. That's alright though. We'll be fine. This room is normally fine until we hit midday. Like, it's around 20, 21 degrees right now, but it won't be until after midday that the sun starts hitting it. And once the sun starts hitting it, it heats up very, very quickly. That's why we start early though. We start early so that we can still get a full stream in without having to worry about when the heat inevitably gets in. I like your bee. Mind if I cast a quick curse and send all my... No! Hut! No! We're boiling hot here! We're gonna be 30 degrees later! You know what we don't need? Extra heat! Absolutely! Get that out of here! Blah, blah, blah. Get all that heat out of here! We don't need that! I'm assuming you're suffering as much as we are over here. Hut. Where's Hans? Reflecto Warmo! Get out of here! God, it's gross. Now it's been way too hot. I mean, it's been hot all week, honestly. Today's the hottest day. I think it's meant to rain tomorrow, and please let it rain tomorrow. No, I would never normally ask for rain on a day that I'm going to work, but catching the train in this kind of weather is a certain kind of torture. Oh, heck yeah. We got the resident leather worker in town. The poor thing can catch fire. Oh dear, it's over 10 Celsius and already too warm. Understandable. Listen, I feel it. I like temperatures in the early teens. That's about where I like to stay. It hits this hot. Can I say as well, right? Not only are we in the middle of a heat wave, we are also in like one of the highest pollen levels that we have had, at least this year, but I think it is just generally in its last few years, we are having like a proper pollen wave right now. And so like, not only is it boiling hot, there is so much pollen in the air. I don't know if that's the whole of the UK or if that's just Wales. I think it would make sense if it was the whole of the UK though. Oh dear, oh. Why has my chat disappeared? What the heck? This happened the other day as well. I swear, like, 2 seconds, it will come back. You guys are a little bit invisible for me right now. Don't do anything naughty while I can't see you. Yeah, I can always just actually probably switch to here. Yeah, I can. I'll just switch to watching it on Twitch. Let me just get my own stream up really quickly while Stream Elements is taking a moment. There we go, that's a better. Oh dear. Said something twice. Did I? Oh, my bad. We gotta keep the curtains closed in the house to keep it cool because it's hecking warm. I know. So my curtains are closed all the time anyway, but I actually have my door open for. I never normally have the door open, but I have the door open, which means the rest of the house can hear whatever trash I'm talking. Makes me a little self-conscious, but it's okay. Ah, dear. Rain on a day like today would be hell. Be warm, then hyper muggy. Yeah, but it normally means if it rains, it's a little bit cooler, and that's what I'm going for. I'm going for that. Gah! Pollen. Gah! I know, right? Also, Amazonian, hello! Congrats! Thank you! I appreciate it so much. I'm so excited. Because, like, I think we have Hut in, and we also have Sunkoi in. So we have, like, a little team. I'm so excited. We're all going to go together, and it's going to be lovely. I'm very heckin' excited. It's gonna be so cool. Oh yeah, I should say as well, if people are looking, Hut is also in TwitchCon cosplay for Amsterdam. I think they're the last British entry, if I remember correctly. I think it's me, Sunkoi, and Hut. Heck yeah! Naughty time, no naughty time. I'm just waiting. Oh, also, if people are looking for cosplayers, Amazonia is the UK representative for the cosplay championships, or it's like a mixture of Euro cosplay and Crown Championships. I'm just going to call it Crown Championships, it sounds cooler. Yeah, Amazonia is our UK representative this year for the Crown Championships of Cosplay, which is basically like the Olympics of costuming or Eurovision of costuming. Everyone sets their like representative, and then yeah, they go. And so Amazonia is our representative. So if people are looking for cosplayers, there you go, there's one. There's one. Are you gonna enter next year too? You're gonna do TwitchCon? Honestly, it's so good because they pay for everything. Like I get $2.5 grand just to go. Like, although I think because it's in dollars, it will be like $2 grand in pounds. But I get $2 grand in pounds just to go on holiday to Amsterdam. If you are going Amazonia, would you make a larger than life, or would you do sewing? Or armor. You could do armor as well. As is amazing. They are amazing. Seconding. Heck yeah. Team GB. Heck yeah. I feel kind of almost like a spy though, because I've been talking to a lot of the French competitors, and like we've been having like some really nice chats behind the scenes, and they're all really sweet beans. I like the whole French team is so nice. There's like 6 or 7 of them from France, but they're all really nice. They're all very good at cosplay as well, obviously. Gonna enter Wonder Woman. Okay. Larger than life category gets 1k extra. It does. Yeah. That's why I'm like, would you enter the larger than life category? It had the least entrants this year, and also you get an extra grand. Because there's actually only 3 finalists for larger than life. It's me, Vilena, and Jumika. Jumika? So it's only 3 of us, whereas there's 4 in every other category. Because not too many people make larger than life. Okay, I probably will if I do Austin because I'll be wearing stilts. Yeah, so stilts would be like a perfect example of a reason that you could get into larger than life. So is tail, so is wings, all of these. Oh, Scott, welcome on in. I hope you're having a good day. I don't really have time to make a brand new costume for it. Plus, if I qualify for ECG, I really don't have time. So I'm gonna have to do upgrades of Wonder Woman and enter her. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Also, he chunky and made of metal. I would love to do larger than life, but it's not my cosplay style. That's fair. That's very, very fair. Oh dear. I think the benefit of it is the extra money, and also because less people enter it. I think for a lot of people it does seem like a more expensive category, which makes sense because you do use more materials to make a larger than life. But like, listen, 20 quid a month. Cheap. I think I am the cheapest costume. I think me and Saoirse are like pretty close because I think Saoirse's 300 and something euro and I'm 240 pounds. I think I'm still cheaper. I think. Not that it's a competition. There is no prize for having the cheapest the cheapest cosplay. But I do think that I'm cheap. I know I'm cheap actually, but I do think that I am also cheap. Dear. I'd love to do a larger than life. Yeah, it's not the style. No, that's fair. That's fair. Do you hear music? You should do. It's the Slime Rancher OST. So cute. I love it. Gonna do a worky lurky? No, you're good. Take care. I need to rewrite LARP systems. Ooh, Altru. But no, good luck with that and good luck with work. I hope that it goes well. I need to do some maths on Vaporeon. I feel like you could have got into larger than life, but because you're doing so much SFX stuff, maybe it's better that you're in the SFX category. I do hope that I still get judged on the sewing aspects, even though I'm obviously in larger than life. When I was having emails from them, they seemed to say that it would like, yes, don't worry, you'd still be judged on your sewing stuff. But at the end of the day, like, I just wanted to get in. So when they said I could get in the larger than life, I was like, hell yeah, let's do it. Larger than life, 100%, let's go. You get steel for free? Oh, you. Very nice. Oh, dear, I'd love to hear about it sometime. Yeah, we got some people who really love LARP here. I think I probably will like LARP, but I need to do it first. And I have not really had the chance. I only got really interested in LARP once the lockdown started, and then obviously that's like not the best time to get interested in something that you kind of have to be in person. I did have a lot of fun D&G sessions though. Like near the start of me streaming, I was in 4 different campaigns at the same time. And that was a time I'd like finish stream and immediately start a campaign and then finish stream and immediately start into a campaign. I was in so many campaigns. I think I ended up dropping 2 and then the 2 that I was staying in finished, which was nice. They had good conclusions though, to be fair. I'm happy. One of them was like 3 years long. Oh dear. Take you a long empire sometime. Dear. One day I will do lab. Probably I need to be a little bit healthier first, but like I'm hoping to get there in the next couple years. And then at that point, I think it'll be all right. We'll get there. But what that means is I have plenty of time to make LARP costumes, right? I have been toying with coming back to Europe for a LARP at some point. Heck yeah, do it. Come back to us. Although, we are still in Europe. You will, don't worry. In categories, contests, the judging criteria is still the same. It just means I can give more prize and also guarantee a varied show display. Amazonia, we were talking about this yesterday, like the prize giving, and I really like how Twitch does it, but I wonder what your opinion on it is. So the way TwitchCon does their prizes, they have a prize for each category, an overall winner, and the audience voted prize, which personally I really, really like, because it gets rid of any of the, well, I think so-and-so should have won, or I think so-and-so should have won, because all of the audience can vote on the one that they like the best, and then they will still get a prize. They get 4 grand as well. So it's like category winners will get 4 grand, overall winner gets 10 grand with the 4 grand for the category win. So it's like, it's pretty good, I think. I mean, first of all, the prize is pretty huge, but also the fact that they give someone a prize for being the audience favorite, I really like that. I think there'll be less discourse after it, hopefully, because of having something like that. And I mean, it probably works so well because it's Twitch, because of course you have everybody watching on Twitch who can then vote. But yeah, I do like that. Ah dear. I did the one in Germany sailing across the Baltic on a pirate ship. Oh my, wait, I've sailed on a pirate ship, but it wasn't like we were pirates. We were just sailors. but I had a really good time. Ah dear. Totally not planning to snaffle you for my faction. It's all fancy and red. I do like red, but I don't know. I do see myself as more of a blue girl. I've written and run a few laugh scripts over the years. Same with tabletop games. It helps me pass the time. Yeah, so if you like that kind of stuff, have you checked out Shifty? They're one of us mods. They do, world building Wednesdays, where they do like world building for tabletops and stuff like that every Wednesday. Heckin' cool. Big fan. This super maths really quick. Looks like mine is coming out to about 250, but it's scary just how much of it's just silicon. Yeah, oh my god. We are fighting for cheap. A worthy battle. Also, Sheba, welcome on in. Another cosplay. Okay, right, I'm gonna post the link again. Sheba is another person who is in the TwitchCon Amsterdam cosplay contest. See what I mean? Everyone just chats with each other. Everyone is a sweet bean in this competition, I swear. They are entering, I believe, the sewing category. So there we actually have had somebody from every category in today. Am I right? Have we had one from each? Heck yeah. I like it for TwitchCon only. I hate the walk only style for all other comps like Crown, but I like how TwitchCon does it. Okay, fair enough. That's my price for just the best plate. No. So yeah, if you're looking for a list of everyone who's in, Sheba's on that list, they're in there. I should probably work out the price of mine in terms of time invested at that point. Yeah, so if you're talking about like how much it costs to make, it only cost 240 quid over the last year. Also employed, thank you for the follow, welcome on in. But if you were to pay me £15 an hour for my work as like a professional rate, right? Or like, it's not even a professional rate, but it's like a higher rate because skilled work, right? If you were to pay me 15 quid an hour for this costume, I have already done 1,000 hours. So we are looking at 15,240 for this costume so far, if you were to buy it. But I'm not selling it, so it should be okay. Also, where's the other one? We finished these two. I think this one goes on this side. Yeah, that one goes on that side. That one goes on that side. Heck yeah. These are our first two. They should be the only decorations that have this much sequining on it, thankfully. So for now, we're going to move on and do some beading of the armor work. They're getting there. These are going to hang underneath the wing. So they'll attach the whole way along the wing at the top here, and then at the points just at the bottom, so that they kind of move with the wings. I didn't want them to be really static. I almost wanted them to be like flags. So these are our wing flags. Heck yeah. The problem with metal work, yeah. Oh, I cheat with resin. Acetone is cheaper and styrofoam packing is free. I was doing some, okay. I was doing some tests yesterday. I don't know how many costumers in chat are familiar with Warbler, and there's Clear Warbler specifically. I was doing some tests between Pet G and Clear Warbler, and can I just say, Clear Warbler, overpriced. Pet G, exactly the same thing, but it can handle higher temperatures, so you can work into it a lot more. Whereas Warbler, you have to keep taking it away, doing stuff, coming back, taking it away, doing stuff. Pet G, you can just heat it to all infinity and then mold with it. With gloves on, be careful, please, it gets very hot. And it stays clear. Like the Warbler, the Clear Warbler, was not clear after I heated it. It was like cloudy, I'd say, like cloudy. Whereas the Pet G stayed clear the entire way through. My god. I'm gonna also shill for Pet G. 10 out of 10. Very good. Much prefer it. Oh, you're going to sleep. Good night, Warbler. Warbler? Good night, Warbler. Good night, Wampa. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your day. Ah, dear. So nice. You have viewed the new jury. Have I viewed the new jury? I think I've looked at them. They are Cinderace, Kamoy, and then the two that just got announced, right? Which I think was M Croft and somebody else. I'm not sure, but I have looked, yes. Ah, dear. Clear Warbler is awful. It is. And it's like very expensive. Clear Warbler is like, if I was gonna buy that, I could buy the same amount, like, but only like half of it compared to the Pet G that I could buy. And Pet G is a lot more available to me as well. Like, I can buy Clear Warbler from only like 1 or 2 places, whereas I can get Pet G from anywhere. Oh dear. How do you spell the project, the Warbler alternative? So Pet, like my pet dog, G, no spaces. Pet G. I use Pet G in printing. It's really good stuff. Yeah. And like, it's a lot, it's not cheap. I'm not going to come out here and say it's cheap, but it's a lot cheaper than Warbler. I don't want to use Clear Warbler for, but acrylic is better, yeah. I like Warbler in general, I should say, like normal Warbler, the regular Warbler. I like that. That's nice stuff. It's good. But like the clear Warbler? I don't know. Pet G. Yeah, there it is. My Pet G. There we go. Let's move these off the screen because I do want to keep crafting. And I have other things that I can basically immediately work on, which is the armor pieces. So not all of them have been beaded. So we're going to start working on beading some of these. These pieces, I will say, I have trimmed, sewn down, done all that kind of stuff with, so it's all ready to be beaded, but I have yet to bead it, so we're beading these. So the beading will kind of help get rid of any of these inconsistencies in it, which there actually is not too many. I think this is one of the worst ones, which is a shame, but you don't really see it. It kind of goes underneath something else, which is why I didn't bother reprinting it. Out of all of the ones we've done, I think this is the most intense mistake. But, we work around it. It's okay. I really like Kydex, but it's a bit pricey. Kydex, even. Or Kydex? Kydex or Kydex? I'm not sure. And the thing is, if it's a bit pricey, it kind of goes against what I needed for this costume anyway. But I thought I'd do tests with both of them just to make sure that I wasn't making a mistake, because I didn't want to use the Pet G and then, like, the Warbler would have been better. So no, I'm quite happy. I'm quite happy. Kuya, welcome on in. I hope you're having a good day. It's really high density thermoplastic. It's normally used to make tight fitting gun holsters and stuff. That's pretty cool, actually. That's pretty cool. Same as plastic bottles. The G is the... Oh, I see. I got you. That makes sense because it forms really well. Traitorous bot doesn't give heads up on the streamers. Oh no, Eilded. Wait, did it not? Oh, did it do it in the Discord at least? It hasn't. Oh my god. Discord bot, please. It's been having some problems recently. Like, yeah. It doesn't like to tell people the one thing that it's there for. May have to see if I can source from New Zealand. Heck yeah. So what I'm using it for is I'm making a mold, and then I'm casting it over the mold to get a shaped see-through thing. And the Pet G works so well because I can just really go at it. Like, I can really heat it up and it can take it. Whereas the Warbler blisters, like, it kind of like starts melting and then it's stinky, and I don't know, like, I don't want that. I want to be able to like heat it to infinity and then use it still. Oh dear. Mean Discord bot. Very mean Discord bot. I'm going to use something in Armored Mask for a Cyberpunk. That's going to look really cool. Make it neat, corporate, and then paint over it. Heck yeah. That's going to look sick, huh? Also, Build, welcome on in. I like, oh, thank you, Cooper. Welcome on in, Build. I hope you're having a good day. Yeah, I actually really want to redo the Discord at some point because we made it really early into me streaming like 2 years ago. And I'd just like to have a few things in place that are like automatic that aren't right now. But we'll get there. Like, I'm not going to start again completely, but like just fix some things up. You know, it's on my list of things I need to do, along with fixing some other stuff. But hey ho, yeah, it'll get done when it gets done. I'm not in any mega rush for it. I saw it posted from Bateman's bot. Oh my god. But when Bateman's bot is quicker than my bot for my streams, jeez. Very happy about Friday and no plans for the weekend. Ooh, I hope you enjoy your weekend then. That's nice. Sometimes it's nice going into tires with no plans so you can properly relax. Gonna make a site add and remove disposable masks inside the Heine mask because god damn it if I'm not gonna wear them once it's made. Oh dear. I want to wear a mask because I don't want to get sick. Not only, it's not like I would have done that anyway maybe at this point because so often you leave conventions and you have con flu and like I don't want con flu anymore. I've had con flu enough times, but I might wear my mask when I'm walking around. I've already got it, you've seen it, it's like a big teeth set. But I will take it off during all the competition stuff and behind the scenes, I think. Because I want to wear makeup. I never wear makeup. It'd be nice. I want to wear something fancy, you know? You did an armor pick in your introduction. Heck yeah. Let's have a look-see. Oh, that's so traditional. I love it. Oh my god. The shoes and everything. That must be hot, but like, that looks fantastic. Oh my god, it's so traditional. I kind of love that you had the slanted roof at almost the same angle as a slanted sword. Pretty cool. Good picture composition. The 5-head bot. The 5-head bot. That's why it was so much quicker than mine, though. Because mine, unfortunately, we only have the 4 heads. Me and my fiance have been fully booked to this the first free weekend in forever. Oh, lovely. That's really nice. I hope either you spend it relaxing or you have something fun you can do. Because yeah, I get it. I work weekends, so like I'm always busy at the weekend, but whenever I get a day off completely from doing anything, it's really nice to just, you know, sit back, chill, enjoy stuff for a bit. There's always a temptation, I suppose, to go straight for all the bills and stuff that you kind of have to go through. It's nice to be able to take some time to relax. Oh, it is getting hotter. And now, oh, there it is. I knew this was gonna happen. We have, what do you call it? My warning appearing. Warning. It's going to be very hot. Ah, dear. Keep toying with armor to a con. Hut would know more about this, to be honest. But I know some UK cons mean that if you have like actual metal armor, they say you have to have a handler. But otherwise, I think it's okay. It depends on the con, though, to be fair. I hope to maybe do some sewing. Heck yeah, build. Heck yeah. That'd be nice. It's relaxing, isn't it? Friend from Canada sent me a packet of sweets described as a lot of really nice ones with the occasional plain favored pure capsicum. Oh no! That's the one that tastes like soap, isn't it? Like, it's like a really soapy taste. Oh, good God. Comic-Con, you need to have a handler, yeah. It's like metal armor they're very up and down about, because I know there are some places that are saying no altogether, but then there are some where it's like, have a handler. Check your con rules. See what your local ones say. Who knows? There we go. Anyone want to fill the position of being my handler? Unfortunately, it's kind of difficult for me to be a handler, at least because I'm always in a costume that also needs a handler. It's not soap, it's the isolated chemical from... Oh, it's that one! Oh no. Why did I think it was soap? That's my bad. Oh god, that's even scarier. Like, don't get me wrong, soap is scary, but like... Oh, that's really scary. That's because what makes peppers hot. Understandable, understandable. Why would they do that in a sweet? Is it like a challenge sweet or something, I'm assuming? Also, thank you for the hydrate. I am gonna hydrate. My throat's getting a little rough. And we've got a lot more work to do, so. You don't do well with hot food. I like spicy food, but I don't really go out of my way to just eat chilies. I think it's always the thought of like, if I'm going to eat something spicy, I want it to be a part of the overall flavor. I don't want it to be the flavor. So I'll eat some hotter, some hotter curries, but I don't just go for like chili eating or stuff like that. Yes, not for me, not for me. The bag is in Japanese. Can't read it either. Cruel, cruel, but quite funny, but cruel. Well, if you need a hand, then I need a hand. A loophole in the system. Every person who needs a handler is somebody else's handler, so that we can all get in together without the need of a single actual handler. Oh my god, a loophole. We found it. Oh dear. Yeah, I have technically 2 handlers at TwitchCon, but I'll be quite honest. I think I'll probably only really need 1, because the wing pack is really lightweight, and that's the only thing that you can really take on and off, other than the arms, and I can take those on and off. But it'll be nice to have 2. It's just like a safety thing, I suppose. But yeah, I mean, one would do me, really. Especially since it's shiny, and shiny and me are a dab hand at this point. I said this yesterday, but like, because I'm a disabled being, I'm kind of used to having a handler 24/7. So me and Shiny are like a dab hand at this, because Shiny also like looks after me and stuff. So we're very used to it. We don't need like any practice, anything like that, because 24/7. Oh dear. Imagine a bunch of people in armor with all these like baby harnesses with leashes on. Oh my god, that'd be so funny though. Also, Felita's welcome on in. I hope you're having a good day. by talking a little bit about con handling and stuff like that, which is basically if you have a larger costume or a costume that falls under certain regulations, like for instance metal armor, you'll have to have a handler going around a lot of conventions. But yeah, I'm pretty good. I'm pretty good with that sort of thing. When we're dab hands, got the handling down to a fine art. We also bring things that help though, like I talked about this before MCM, but we take it's like one of the camping stools that like shrinks down to a disc like a frisbee and then comes out into a stool. We bring those with us so that if I am struggling and I need to sit down, I can sit down anywhere. The only thing that I really need a handler for is things like wings, so that I know my turning circle and that nobody's in my turning circle because I have limited vision. So if somebody's like walking beside me and I turn around, I'll hit them with my wings. Not ideal. So that's why I really need one. I basically just need someone to help me turn around. If I'm walking in a straight line, I'm fine, but if I'm having to like turn, it's a bit difficult. Having some armor for LARP and having the time to remake it, I will be able to put on and take off every part of Ares. I'm still bringing a friend from college because I didn't want to waste the assistant ticket. Yeah. Got you. Well, that's nice though. They get to go on a free trip. Heck yeah. Also, welcome on in, Jan. I hope you're having a good day. Some friends with a small group, we found a city. Have ever been vaccinated, stream their mood things are really high and shortly that the sign was oozing from their opening. I'd hope not. I'd hope not. That seems like a really intense dream though. That seems like the kind of dream you could make a movie about, right? Like, write it down, send it off, get it publicized, have a movie. Oh dear. Some people do just get dreams like that though, where they sound more like movie synopsises than they do like a dream. My dreams are always all over the hecking place. I have no idea what's happening half the time and I wake up and I'm like, what the heck was that? There's no continuity in this. So like, how am I meant to tell people what happened in my dream when like 1,000 things were happening at once and none of them had any like relevance to each other? Not a very good movie plot. Most cosplays of mine are quite easy to wear on conventions. Only the happy mask salesman with this huge backpack have to be careful. Yeah, I think it's the stuff that sits on the back that generally is the more difficult. Like if you have a really big backpack, wings, a tail, stuff like that. Because cosplayers can sometimes make it difficult to look behind you and see if you're going to hit anything. And for me, I have pretty limited vision because there is a mask that covers my eyes at all times. Although I can see out the bottom, so it's like, it looks like it limits my vision a lot more than it actually does. What I am limited on is hearing. I cannot hear very well in this costume. So if anybody calls out to me, I'm just like... I need somebody to tell me that someone's calling out to me because I won't hear you. That's... You have to be really loud for me to hear you. That's why I'm not too worried about Ornstein. As long as I don't turn up too fast and flick the tats out, it's pretty straight up and down. Up and down is normally a little bit easier to get around conventions because you take up less space overall because, you know, no one's taking up the height space, are they? So it's easier to get around people. But yeah, you do have the discomfort potentially of walking on stilts for a long period of time. But, you know, if you can handle it and it'll look great, it's a really cool experience. You'd have to turn damn fast. Yeah, that's... Oh, thank you for the hydrate, by the way. Oh, wait. Oh, it only just popped up. I was going to say, like, I thought that was a minute ago. But, hey-ho, hey-ho. What was I going to say? Oh, yeah, my wings are plushy. So, it sounds really odd. You stick with me here. My wings, I have a PVC pipe down the center of them for support. But then to build them up, rather than using foam or anything like that, I wanted to stick in like 100% sewing techniques. So I built them up with wadding, like blanket wadding. And I've like trimmed that down and then I made a cover for it out of fleece to like get out any of the bumpy edges. And then I made a cover for it in the same fabric that I made everything else out of, right? And that's how I made the wings. So if the wings do hit you, it will be like getting hit with a stuffed animal. But I still don't want to hit people, you know? Ideally, in an ideal world, let's not hit people. But like, if I did bop anyone, or if anyone did walk into them, which I honestly think is more likely, then it will just be like walking into a plushie toy, rather than getting hit with like a metal beam. Oh, Days of Vibing Little Hoofstits. Oh, good God. Oh, and Silka has sclera and a special kind of contact lens that makes my sight pretty... Oh... Is that Silco from Arcane. I could be wrong. Because yeah, he has very, those like full eye lenses. Like that's yeah, they are quite tricky. Yeah, I'm lucky that I don't have too much visual disturbance this time. Like you don't see my eyes, but I can kind of see you, so it's okay. Ah dear. I didn't hit anyone in the state. Yeah, exactly, from Arcane. Yeah! I have real concerns about my tail situations and hitting people. It's not heavy or hard, but it sure moves. I'm making a leash for it. So for my tail, because you might have seen me, I kept like holding it and it was getting really uncomfortable to have my arm like this. I'm gonna get like a strap that attaches over my tail and to my wrist. So it's like a leash. And that way that my tail will always be pulled to whatever side I have, like the arm that I have the leash attached to. I'm probably planning to make it clippable so that I can unclip the leash from my tail and tuck the rest of it into my arm. But that way I can at all times have my tail on a leash when I'm walking around the convention. Because yeah, I had the same issue as you in that my tail swings left to right. So it is quite difficult to stop it from hitting people if I'm not careful, which means I have to hold it the entire convention. But because it's like, it's a tail, it's going away from my body, right? It's not getting closer to me. It's kind of a pain to have to hold it. So I'm going to be making a little leash for it so that it doesn't go too far from me anymore. Thinking something like that with invisible thread. Ooh, heck yeah. I don't think I can use thread on mine because it's quite heavy. So I'll probably make like a proper dog leash for my tail that can just clip on and clip off kind of thing. But that's okay. My tail's really heavy. It's not really heavy, but it's like, it's heavy enough that thread won't do it. So I'll just make an unclippable dog leash. Clippable sounds sensible, yeah. I mean, it's just what it is, isn't it? You gotta keep yourself safe going around the convention hall. If keeping yourself safe is making a dog leash for your own tail, then like, that's what it is, isn't it? Also, in case anyone's interested, because I kind of just start doing this without mentioning it, I'm going around the armor piece in beads. So I basically, sometimes I add extra pieces as well, but for pieces like this, which are majority hidden, I'm not going to bother. So I'm basically going around where I've got the embroidery and adding beads to it, so that the edges are a little bit more raised and textured. This piece in particular, it's not a very visible one. I do have some that are more visible on here somewhere though, that we did do more work into. Yeah, stuff like this. Normally, if they are a little bit more visible, please ignore the fact that this ended up being kind of a lewd shape. It was not intentional. But the ones which you see more of, I tend to do like a lot more work on, and yeah, it makes sense, doesn't it? Like, why put a lot of work into something you barely see? Cough, cough, petticoat. But yeah. The ones that you don't see, I just bead around. Also, purple fishing line is fairly see-through and tough. So my tail has already snapped fishing line. I actually have to put more fishing line through my tail now because it was snapping it. This is, my tail be strong. That swish on it, it's a strong swish. Damn, but purple, I hope you're having a good day. Yeah, I got fishing line for it originally because I made assumptions that that would be enough. And it's not enough. My tail is very strong. Big swish. Wow, yeah. The equivalent of a really big fish. So I have 4 pieces of fishing line on it. It's only snapped one of them so far. But the fact that it had 4 fishing lines and one of them still manages to snap. Yeah, there you go. Strong. Very strong. Yeah, that's why I'm heading more towards the leash. Because after watching it snap one of my lines, I'm like, okay, big fish tail you. Well, we need stronger supports, clearly. It's funny because the tail and the wings are like polar opposites, even though they're made in very similar way. The tail is really strong, moves a lot, kind of a brat, but I love it, it's good. Whereas the wings are like super lightweight, like you don't even feel that they're there. Which is dangerous in its own way, because you might forget that you're wearing them, I suppose. But like, complete opposite the tail. I cannot forget that I have a tail. Like, it's constantly moving. Dear. Off a few days on work? Oh, heck yeah. I hope you enjoy your days off, Purple. I hope you get some good relaxing times in there. Oh dear, just gonna tail smack someone across the convention. Yeah, like, if I do a really quick turn circle, the thing is, if I'm wearing the wings, it'll be the wings that hit you. But if I'm wearing just the tail, I can proper get like some momentum going with that thing. kind of a brat. It is kind of a brat. my tail's been kind of bratty. I love it. It looks great, but like, it does a lot of things where I'm like, why? Why are you doing that? I didn't make you like that. Oi, oi, oi. It snaps its fishing lines as well, which very bad, very bad. No, I'm looking forward to seeing it swinging on the stage where it has some space to actually swing. Because the way TwitchCon cosplay works, for those who have not seen, it basically will be all of us one by one going on stage while they talk about our costume and we get some feedback from the judges. But it's kind of similar to a catwalk-ish. Like, you can definitely pose and do stuff on stage, but you can also just walk along the stage and like spin around a bit if you want to, and then walk back. It's kind of up to you. There isn't a performance rating, so you don't get judged based on performance like you do in a lot of masquerade style costumes. It's purely craftsmanship, although it does have unusual categories. I wonder if I can get this up for you so I can tell you what they are, because I remember reading it and being like, huh, that's kind of interesting. TwitchCon. I don't want that one. I want the one with the rules, which unfortunately I've got rid of from a few places. If I go to, where would it be? Where would it be? But I do find it a little difficult to navigate the website, to be honest, but that's probably me. If I go to the news and go to an old news story, an old one, this one, and then is there a link here? There you go, the application. Can I still see the application? No. What if I do TwitchCon Cosplay San Diego? Con San Diego. Maybe I can see it on there. I'm kind of just curious because there it is, the cosplay contest. I assume that they have the same rules, to be honest. Rules can be found here. So, where is the judging criteria? Oh god. I feel like the text gets smaller every time that I see it. There it is. Quality of the techniques demonstrated, materials and material resourcefulness, functionality of the cosplay, cosplay aesthetics, and all of them are 25%. So, in my opinion, they're a little bit unusual. Like having cosplay aesthetics as a category, as well as the other ones. It's a bit odd. I wonder exactly what aesthetics means. Whether it means like how kapam it is, in which case I might do well, or if it means like how accurate it is, in which case I don't know. But yeah, it's a little different. What's this stack? Oh dear. I don't think it has anything. No, it doesn't have any further details, I don't think. Let's see. No, it doesn't look like it. So it's just like, that's the judging criteria. 25% the quality of the techniques demonstrated, which that one makes sense because from everything I've read online, most cosplay judges add points rather than taking them away. So I can kind of see that one. That one makes a lot of sense to me, having seen all that. The materials and material resourcefulness, I wonder, because I do wonder what that means. Whether or not, like, you've done really well for using an unusual material, or maybe you've recycled more, or things like that. Like, I'm generally not quite sure. Also, Velitas, thank you so much for the follow. Very heckin' kind of you. Thank you so much. Yeah, I don't know. It was material resourcefulness. I'm not sure because I've used kind of unusual materials and I've recycled a lot. So I'm hoping that's one of the categories I'm kind of like aiming for, to be honest. Having used unusual materials to keep the price down, but then also work into them so that they still work for this costume. I'm quite proud of that. I'm hoping to get some marks for that. Functionality of the costume. I can walk in it. If I turn around, I might smack someone, but I think for the most part, it's okay. I can pee in my costume, like on a toilet, obviously. I'm not just gonna piss myself in the costume, but I can pee in it. So that's a function indeed. And then cosplay aesthetics. That's still the one that confuses me the most. I'm not quite sure on what the cosplay aesthetics category is, because it doesn't really explain it from what I can see, unless I've completely missed it. Yeah, like, do you get points for recycling? That was what I was wondering. Yeah. Like, how can you is it recycle pieces? That being said though, if that's one, I think entrants like Saoirse Craft will do really well because she's literally made her entire costume basically out of drain pipes. She went to like a Home Depot and was like, give me all your drains, I'll make a costume out of that. So like, will that do really well? Because of the resourcefulness, maybe? Or is it just how well you've used your materials? I don't know, in which case maybe someone like Hut will do really well because it's an unusual material and they've used it in a traditional manner. I'm not sure. Being able to go to the toilet is important. True. Very true. You could be in any costume, it's just varying results. Cursed comments. Hi Dakova, I hope you're having a good day. They didn't really ask us to specify. Yeah, true. Like, and we don't really get any rundown, so it's like, I don't know. I did think I saw something. Yeah, okay. In the event of a tie, so if you've, say, added all the points together and 2 people are tying, it will be deemed that the potential finalist among the tied entrants with the highest cosplay aesthetics score will be the potential finalist. So cosplay aesthetics trumps everything else. As far as if there is a tie, the person with the highest cosplay aesthetic will get in or will win. Which, I don't really know what the cosplay aesthetic is, but it depends, I suppose. Whether it's an accuracy score. I feel like if it was accuracy, though, they would have said it's accuracy. Ah, dear. What if the cosplay aesthetic is a tie? Well, then nobody wins. Time to take a small break. Oh, bless you. I'm sorry, Larp. I hope you have a nice break and then you come back to it renewed. Yes. Worst cosplay of mine for peeing adventures had a 9-kilogram chainmail. Complicated but worked. I'm glad there's nothing. Yeah, let's anything really heavy like that. I don't know if you've had the same experience as me of conventions, but when I've been in a really big heavy costume, I've always been told to go use a disabled toilet. Because I'm too big for the stools, or I'm too heavy for the stools. Mild headaches, but otherwise fine. Oh, bless you. I hope your headaches improve over time and get better. Yes. Yeah, cosplay aesthetic is the one that I'm really lost on. The others I can kind of get an idea of what they might be. The only thing I can think that I have seen, but not as a judging criteria, is wow factor. Which again, that might work well in my favor. I'm very bright and colorful. But I've seen at other conventions wow factor being the deciding vote. Not a judging criteria, but a deciding vote criteria. So like, if 2 people tie up in everything, the one that has the most stage presence will win. Yeah, I've heard of that before, but I haven't heard of the stage presence being the judging, unless there is, you know, like a performance aspect, which in this one there is not. But I guess we'll find out. I'm sure it'll be well explained to us when we're there. I can get back to you on it. Comes cosplay Battle to the Death, trial by Dremel. Oh, I'd lose that one. I'm terrible with the Dremel. The fact the fabric doesn't stay straight like sheet PVC, heavy plate. That's what I like about it. I like flexible work that moves around with me. As soon as I'm like working with something rigid, it's like, oh no. This isn't what I craft with. I can't do this. All right, let's drink some more because I'm sorry. My throat is like. It's all right. It's all right. I don't think I've had any emails as well that say what they're about. I could be wrong. I'm pretty unobservant, honestly. Let's have a look. Aww. Okay. I don't think I have. No, not as far as I'm aware. That's okay. But yeah, I'd like to know about that one. Me to send the arms to the teeth with hammers. Oh, good God. Ah, dear. Me as a person is pretty lightweight. I'm physically not able to wear so much chainmail that the toilet would break. That's a flex. Ah, dear. Maybe the larger life category is a full tie, then the largest one wins. See, that wouldn't be me. But that'd be fair. So actually, again, exclamation mark comp if you want to meet all the other cosplayers. I would highly recommend it. But if you're interested, the other 2 cosplayers, Velena, excuse me. If memory serves, she's doing a cross between Lilith and something from World of Warcraft. I could be wrong. It's like an original design. It's very, very cool. The wings on it, massive. Velena's wings are like some of the biggest wings I've ever seen, and they are foam and they are LEDs. So they are very, very impressive wings, and they look so cool. Like, it's the kind of design where you kind of like, it's the idea of making something look organic out of foam, and she's done such a good job. Such a good job. It looks fantastic. And then Jumika, which I think I keep mispronouncing their name, and I'm really sorry, it's not intentional, I swear. They are making, is it Festive Ergo from League of Legends? I think is who it is. It's not a character I'm very familiar with, but I know they've got 8 legs. They got 8 legs and a pretty rotund bod, kind of like a spider. So they are gonna have legs for days as their larger than life attribute. So for Lena, it's wings. Jumika, it's the legs, and then for me, it is my wings and my tail. The tail technically being larger, but doesn't fall so far from the body. All I work with is Dremels and Ridge. I can't handle it. It's too much. My family starts taunting me. I get emails about that all the time, and it is such a taunt. Such a taunt. I just hit things with hammers till they look pretty. Hard is modeling. Heck the world. Oh dear. Everyone has their areas of expertise, I guess. Yeah, and like cosplay is a really cool one because you kind of end up becoming a bit of a dip into all trades kind of thing. Like, you might become a master of some of them, but like you get like a pretty big experience of working with different materials. Just that's how it goes. Like, maybe you're not specifically a foam crafter, but you still will use foam every now and again, or you're not specifically a seamstress, but you'll still sew things every now and again. It becomes like you kind of dip your toes into a lot of different crafts, and the further you do cosplay, the more you do it, the more crafts you dip into. Like, maybe for the first few years you're predominantly focusing on armor and sewing and stuff like that, and then suddenly someone mentions resin to you and you're like, shoot, I could do resin. And then now you're practicing resin. Maybe you will need to make like some molds and stuff like that, so suddenly you're into silicone molding. Whoa, where did that come from? That's a new skill. Maybe you want to try adding some extra, more authentic elements to your costumes. Wow, now you're doing wood burning. Where did that come from? That's new. Oh dear. I do get the fabrics makes the things. Do I get the fabric make the things? Well, yes, always. Oh, you went for the win. Oh, my bad, my bad. Sorry, I always get this where I see FTW and I see heck the world. I say most techniques you learn and develop, it's much easier to learn new ones. So many techniques have transferable skills. Yeah. And a lot of people, before you even start cosplay, will have skills that can be useful in costuming. Like, just because you've never made a cosplay before, maybe you do have some sculpting work, some 3D modeling work, even just being able to draw. And you already have a skill that is really useful for cosplay because it is such a weird amalgamation of skills. Yeah. I have some fabric ordered already from a different place. I'm not sure if I have space for more. But then that's okay. That's how the horde goes. You just keep adding. I'm in that state, but that's how I craft. Heck yeah! Oh dear. I love silicone molding, especially when I get to play around with a molten tin. See, now for me, I'm not so keen on silicone molding. I've done it, but it's not my favorite, and because I don't do it often, it's expensive because I have to rebuy everything. But I can do it. I think it's something that I'd need to get more into over time, to be honest. Same with things like Wobbler. I just don't use them that often. Foam I probably use a bit more than the others, but it's not something I'm fantastic at. I think sewing really is the thing that I spend the most time and effort improving because I really like it. I do like resin though. Resin I enjoy, which is why I should really get more into silicone stuff because I like resin, so it kind of goes together with that quite well. Ah dear. A trivial inconvenience. I have been chatting back and forth with trades people, and it's an impossibility I may be able to use aluminum sword. Excuse me. I don't know where that came from. Aluminium swords in the competition because I can make those look so much nicer than the wooden ones. I see. Yeah, that's going to be a difficult one because obviously a metal sword sharp. But I guess there's things you could do. I can hear my wallet protesting. My bank account will cry. But your cosplay horde will cheer. No, I feel it. We're all in that position. Do some pewter lost wax casting. It's been a while. Heck yeah. Besides, they haven't flat out said no, they're considering it. Fair. Biggest tip I give to people if they're wanting to craft for competitions though is to make your priorities the cleanliness of your crafting instead of trying to push so many techniques in. Yes! Like, you will see a lot of people win with like mixed media cosplays, but it's normally because they've like aced all of the mixed medias that they've done, not simply because they did them. Like, just doing a mixed media cosplay with very little knowledge about any of the medias you're using won't get you extra points, but doing you'll probably do better. Just do the stuff that you're good at, and then maybe you could, like, you know, add a little skill here or add a little skill there. But going all out on things that you don't really know how to do is probably not the best idea, especially not for a first one. Yeah, good advice. Well, they wouldn't be sharpened anyway, they'd be totally rounded off. Oh, okay. Yeah, quality over quantity, yeah. That's why I decided to do an entire costume in beading and sequining, because I'm good at that. I'm very good at beading and sequining. And thus, the entire costume is beading and sequining. That being said, I am going to cut it down. I'm going to cut it down into all the skills that I've used, so it sounds like I've done a lot more. Because I have done a lot. I have done a lot for this costume. Not that it sounds like I've done a lot more. I have done a lot. I'm gonna break it down into each component so that you can kind of stack the skills on it, because, like, you know, I've done modeling online, I've done digitizing, I've done pattern making up the yazoo. I want them to see all of that. I have made hundreds of patterns for this costume, literally, and I've used all of them. Hundreds. Oh dear. It's like the laser cutting, which I do for a job. Also, laser cutting is very, I love watching it. It's so satisfying. Oh, yes, understandable. So it sounds it took 3 years. It's not because of the amount of techniques and components, because I knew it had to be done cleanly and with no mess. Yeah. Oh dear. Well, how do we want advice? Thank you, Cooper. Oh dear. Also, in part of a contest, if a part is not perfect, it's better to leave it away than to add something that's not perfect. True, that's how I feel about my cape. I haven't made the cape yet, but I just know. I have a lot of feelings about this cape. I'm so unsure about it. I even had this conversation with my parents the other day. They have no idea what's going on with my cosplay stuff. And they were like, so how are you finding things? I was like, oh, I'm just really unsure about this cape, guys. I just really don't know about this cape. And they were like, oh, do you need the cape? And I'm like, no, but... Poor parents. They're very patient with me. Oh dear. Trying to convince younger crafters to focus on making their crafts clean is so hard. Yeah, but that sort of thing will come with time, isn't it? It's like, you know, if you're new to something, you're going to want to try everything and do a little bit of everything and, like, you know, go for it. But over time, if it's something that they stick with, I'm sure that they will, what do you call it? Like, start working harder to do it cleaner and make the things they look better. It does look ridiculous, and we've done a ridiculous amount of stuff, but it's all been in the sewing genre. Everything is sewing. So, like, I don't know. I'm still, listen, so at this point, I'm like, do I bother doing anything in foam? I've really put my whole hat into sewing, because I need to make a little chain for the tail. I could make it out of foam and cover it in fabric, and that might be like a happy midway point, and just like ever so slightly paint into the cracks and crevices and stuff like that, so it's got a little bit of dimension. But I don't know how I would very easily make the chains without them just being like plushy chain. I don't know. What the prize is for Twitch? Is it just best in category or is it best in show? So it's best in each category, best in show, which will be one of the best in categories. And then the audience favorite. So there are technically 6 awards, but one person will win 2 of them, if that makes sense. Yeah, and those are the awards. There are 4 people per category, except for Larger Than Life, in which there are only 3, because not so many people made Larger Than Life. A lot of sewing entries and a lot of armor entries, not so many SFX and what do you call it? Larger Than Life. The Larger Than Life, I can kind of understand that though. Definitely more popular to make sewing and armor builds generally. Oh dear. Thank you, Heart. Edna mode rules. Rule 1, no capes. So that's kind of how I'm feeling. No capes. My resolve is crumbling about going to the fabric store. Help and asking for food. Oh. That's the kind of support you need in life, right? Drive you to go spend more money on the hobby that you've already got stuff coming for. It's very supportive. Oh dear. So yeah, that's the categories. But again, one person will win 2 categories because they'll win their I don't know if the audience participation one would count, but someone will win one of the categories and also win the overall prize. Yes. I've had issues with younger crafters that keep making the same dirty mistakes after 3 to 4 years in the hobby. I feel like they're in a hurry to finish the project and to clean it up. I mean, this is when, though, going to a cosplay competition and getting judged can really help. Because they'll tell you that, like, in a nice way. Like, no one's gonna be like, you're shit, get out. But, like, people will be nice about it, but they'll tell you that sort of thing if you go to a convention. They'll tell you, like, we can see that this bit hasn't been finished properly, or we can see that you didn't bother making this piece, and it can help push you to the next stage for yourself. Because at the end of the day, it's best to compare about yourself, really. Like, did you win the competition? No, and it's really cool to see the winners. But as far as personal growth goes, like, having something like that's really helpful. Oh dear. Shall we go out and get some lunch? Oh, and drop by the place with the sale. You had me at lunch. Yes. I think you can win both the audience fave and one of the others potentially. Potentially. So I guess technically there is someone who could win 3 prizes. They could win audience favorite, category favorite, and overall. But there are 6 prizes, so who knows? That's why entering contests doesn't work. Yeah. And then Jelly immediately said that. Yeah, it's because it is. For me, it's been like the biggest... Don't get me wrong, I'm always inspired by other crafters and seeing the stuff that they do. But the biggest boost in my own crafting skill and me pushing myself has been cosplay competitions. Because, of course, you're compared to each other in cosplay competitions, but the feedback you get normally is pretty personal. It's about the stuff that you've done. And while I have had feedback like, well, the other seamstress who entered a similar costume had made their petticoats. So yes, technically it was a comparison, but it was also all stuff that I could be doing. And it's really helpful stuff. It's just really helpful. It helps you understand what you're being judged on as well. Like, you could go in and think you're only being judged on the amount of skills that you show. And then when somebody comes and tells you, like, just to let you know, like, this was really, really good, but we could see that you kind of rushed these bits or they weren't as finessed as the rest of the costume, and so we couldn't add any points for that. And it's like, yeah, there's other kind of stuff. It's good. It's very good. Why is like Vane telling me to add a vest to my costume but I haven't finished the rest of the outfit? It's just that crafting brain, isn't it? The crafting brain will make you do 1,000 things at once. Oh dear. I wish there was a props only category. I kind of would like that too. Like a fully props category would be kind of fun. I wouldn't be against it for sure. I would be curious. I'm terrified of going on stage. Hut, you're gonna be just fine. It's gonna be really fun. What's gonna happen, Hut, is you're gonna walk up those steps or up that ramp. You're gonna be under the light. You probably won't see the audience that much under those lights. Like maybe you'll see a bit, but it's not as like in your face as it is in like the movies and stuff like that. Because whenever you have bright lights on you, it's more difficult to see out. And normally there are pretty bright lights on a cosplay stage, and everyone will cheer. You'll walk out and everyone will be like, yeah! And so it's gonna be fantastic. Like, and then you get a chance to like pose, show off the stuff you've done. It's good. It's really fun. And then after the convention, although I think one thing the only thing so far about TwitchCon that I'm a bit iffy about is that they've talked about giving the feedback live on stage. They've said it's because they want to give everyone their individual feedback. Normally I get feedback after the convention, either in an email or like there's a little group huddle after the cosplay competition. I've never had the feedback live on stage. I'm gonna make the assumption that it's very positive feedback, and then maybe you can get like a full rundown of the feedback afterwards. Because yeah, I don't like the idea of receiving negative feedback on stage in front of a crowd. So I'm gonna assume anything they say on stage is gonna be overwhelmingly positive. I am giving them the benefit of the doubt here a bit. I'd hope that that's the way that they handle it, because if they do the other way, that's going to get a lot of people quite riled up, I think. Let's hope they have that foresight. Knowing what you did wrong is important, because how you're supposed to improve if you don't know. Exactly. And a lot of the time, although I would say we are often our biggest critics, we're not always criticizing the right things. Like, for instance, I always bring the petticoat up one as an example, but like I wouldn't have criticized me not making my own petticoat, because in my mind I didn't realize other people were making it. You're gonna smash it. You are gonna smash it. Only one week left. Heck yeah. I don't know how I feel about the feedback on stage. I don't like that. I have no issue with them discussing what they like. I presume that's what they'll be doing. Yeah, it was worded as feedback, but I'm gonna make the assumption it's going to be overwhelmingly the positive things, and then maybe any of the stuff to improve will be left until after the performance. I hope, because yeah, it's a bit of a weird thing to do, to bring people on stage and then criticize them. Like, don't get me wrong, the criticize part of cosplay competitions is really good and it's very productive, but doing it on stage is not the best place for it. So yeah, I'm hoping that all the positive feedback is on stage, all the stuff they liked is on stage, and that will just help the audience recognize it as well. And then any of the stuff to improve will be off stage. That's my hope. That sounds unpleasant. Yeah, there's a little session with the judges before the actual stage thing, isn't there? Yeah, but I'm pretty sure that's the judging. Normally you won't get feedback until the competition is, well, over, because otherwise they might tell you who wins before you're on stage. So like, yeah, normally you won't get the feedback before the performance because, you know, someone's going to win, and that's kind of something you find out live. Yeah, the whole Sunday morning is prejudging. Yeah, I feel the criticism stage would be a bit too reality TV. Yeah, and like, I don't know too many cosplayers that would actively sign up for that, so I'm hoping, and I think a lot of us are assuming it will be all the positive stuff on stage, the negative stuff afterwards. And it's not even really negative, it's just stuff that you can improve. Like, I don't really like saying it as negative because it makes it sound like it's a negative experience, and it's not. Receiving feedback for a cosplay is a very positive experience, and don't get me wrong, like, everyone wants to win a prize, and like, getting feedback after not winning a prize can be like pretty ugh, because you should get feedback regardless of whether you win. It can feel like pretty down, like, to get that right afterwards. But as far as making your next cosplay, it's such a positive thing. Oh dear. Gonna luck now? Oh, have a good luck. Take care of yourself. And honestly, you're gonna be fine. You're gonna be just fine. It's gonna be great. As long as I'm like, here's a cosplay, my cosplay seems so cringe. Just slapdash. I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure we have a big fan of Heroes of Cosplay in chat right now. Thanks for your guidance. You're good. What days are you getting the hotel covered for? Because I'm curious. So they don't cover your hotel. They just send you $2.5 grand if you are larger than life. And they're like, you can get your hotel and you can get your, what do you call it for that? I'm happy to talk prices. I've got a hotel for an entire week for about $1 grand. And that is, we only spent that much because we also wanted cancellation just in case one of us got COVID or something like that, so that we could not pay the money if we can't go. Otherwise it would have only been about 800 and something pounds. So about $1 grand for the hotel. And then travel has been a little bit more expensive because of the suitcase, but honestly not too bad. I think about 500, honestly. And they are sending me $2 grand in pounds. So I also have £500 extra left over, which is perfect for a convention. So rather than being like, here's your hotel for these days, it's like, here's the money, get your own hotel, which I prefer. I much prefer that. Ah dear, I need to see Heroes of Cosplay. Me too. Everything I've heard about it makes me think that I need to see it. As long as how you say that's good. Yeah, I'm literally only getting Friday night and Saturday night cover, so I have to pay out of pocket for Sunday. It seems really cheap because I can kind of understand for the qualifying rounds because a lot of people are in it. I can kind of get it, kind of. But are you given the convention ticket for free? I assume you are, because I think MCM does normally, if you win, give you free convention tickets. Do they pay for your travel? That's another thing. Travel can be bloody expensive when you've got a cosplay coming with you. Oh dear, mandatory press stuff for us on the... Oh, yeah, that's kind of silly, huh? I guess they're expecting you to go home on the Sunday as well, which would be a pain. Oh dear, I enjoyed the show, don't get me wrong. Maybe it was just the editing because reality TV. Oh god, I'm just destroying thread while not looking at it. My bad, my bad. Fix that up. Maybe people look sloppy in their work, leaving everything till last minute. Heck, imagine only doing costume in 2 weeks for the event. Con crunching is really common though. Like, I can't really con crunch. I don't like keep bringing it up, but like, I just can't. I will get too sick to actually craft at all. So con crunching is not something that I will be able to do ever. But like generally, especially among like able-bodied people, it's pretty damn common. Like, a lot of people will crunch before a convention. I'm waiting for the actual money to get sent. I can't afford to... Hut! they're not going to send it, I don't think, until you get there. Message them to check, but I'm 99% sure with TwitchCon, until you make the appearance as part of your contract, you will not get the money. DJ. So you have to make your appearance before they pay, and then it's 60 days. Yeah. I'm pretty sure you might want to contact them about that if it's going to be completely impossible for you to go otherwise. Yeah. I'm going to say that bit's not ideal, but to an extent I can kind of understand why they would do that. Yeah, it's so people don't take the money and run. Yeah, so I can understand it. I'm going to ask for the coordinator if they can book the same hotel so I don't have to check out. Yeah, that's fair. That's very fair. Oh, dear. All right, Jelly. Oh, bless you, Vio. Get some good sleep. Thank you so much for popping by. I will do a hydrate. I'm just going to thread this needle quickly. I say quickly. I'm trying to enforce that it is, in fact, quick. Oh, for God's sakes. So this is the issue with beading needles. Very small at the top. Sometimes they will not thread. I had crunch this year. It was for a short film project and I finished everything whilst on set. The best part is I don't have to crunch this cosplay for the con I'm attending next week. Heck yeah, well that's good. I think more fun if you don't have to crunch. Although you do get a lot of progress pictures very quickly. Why can't I thread a needle anymore? I've thread like 10 needles and now it's like, oh, no needle threading for you. Come on. Why won't you thread? What? What? There you go. Got it. I was gonna say, like, come on now. I've been doing this all day. You have to do a little work lurk. Oh, thank you, Sankoi. Take care. Enjoy the work lurk. Use a strand of hair as a needle threader for beading needles. Pro tip. Guys, you know what? Fair. That is, yeah. For the most part, though, I don't have any issues with threading needles. I'm actually, it's one of, you know, you have stupid skills. My stupid skill is threading the needle first time nearly every single time. So whenever it gets to a point of being like, suddenly I can't thread it, it's like, whoa, what's happened? Why can't I thread this? This is my skill. My skill is threading the needle first time every time. Why no skill now? Really hard crunching, you won't even think about the shoot. Oh, will you not? Oh, I was gonna say, like, surely you'd get lots of really good photos, but I guess not. Oh dear. I guess that makes sense though, if you're in the middle of something and you're like really crunching. Wow, there we go. And all the way back up. Way off. And down there. That's my finger's really hurting. I'm not sure what I've done to it. Maybe it is all the sequencing. There is always one finger that I end up putting my needle into over and over and over again, but only ever so slightly. So it's just like I just ever so slightly poke the end and it makes my finger very sensitive and unhappy. It's not so bad with the beading, to be fair. It's just sequencing mainly, because I have to pick the sequin off my finger, and I normally use a needle to pick it off my finger. So actually this is sounding more and more like this might actually be my own fault. Now that I've said it aloud, maybe I have done this to myself. Maybe this is just me. Right, get that under there. Whoop, under there. And... oh yeah. 4. Go, and then get that in there, and then I should be able to put it right next to it. Do I want to do that top bit as well? Yeah, I'll do that top bit now. It's getting all the inside bit beaded first. It's just, because if you do the outside beading, your thread will get caught on it every single time. The amount of times I've done that as well, I've done like the outside first or something like that, because I'm like, oh, I'll just get that done because that bit's kind of boring and doesn't really take any mind power, and I'll just get that bit done. And then whenever I'm doing any of the interior beading, I'm getting caught every other stitch. Small learning curve, very small learning curve. I mean, I've never made beaded armor before. This is kind of new for me, but I do like beading and sequencing and embroidery in general. I actually did a really big embroidery project before I started streaming, but I never finished the costume because I kind of got, I don't know if anyone else gets this, I kind of got bad vibes about the costume. Like, stuff that was happening while I was making the costume was really negative, and I had some really bad times with it. And so I decided that because I had all these bad times with it, I just didn't really want to keep looking at the costume anymore, and so I stopped making it. I think some people will know which one I'm talking about. I'm specifically referencing the bard costume, which would have been a really cool costume to finish, to be honest. But then everything that happened with the bard costume was so negative that I was like, I don't want to finish this one. This one's giving me bad vibes. I'd rather start a new competition cosplay. Because for those who are not aware, before I started streaming, I won a competition in Cardiff for the Cardiff Comic-Con. And there's like a few Comic-Cons like that across the UK, and if you win it, you go to LFCC as a finalist, right? Which is London Film and Comic-Con as a finalist. And I was so excited, really, really excited to go do that. Really, really cool. And then the pandemic hit, right? So I had already booked a hotel by the time that the pandemic hit, because I'd known since October. So I booked the hotel, I got everything sorted with travel, and then obviously we all went into lockdown. And I was able to move the hotel originally, but then I couldn't move it out of the same year, so I could move it to November, which is when they told us it was going to happen. But then, of course, you know, pandemic was still happening, and so I ended up wasting hundreds of pounds because my hotel had to be cancelled completely, and they kept telling us that don't worry, book it for now, or here or there, because then that's when it's going to be, and it was cancelled every time it was cancelled. And so they'd like actively be like, yeah, it's all right, we got it all set up now, it's going to be happening, and then it wasn't. And also there was like a whole year in a row in the middle of this where I didn't hear from them at all. Like I didn't hear from them even once. And like we were in a Facebook group, all the people that were like qualifiers, so we were all like messaging each other being like, so is anything happening? Have you heard anything? Can we get in contact with them? Like, what's happening? And then a couple months ago, I got an email saying, you are a finalist. You can come to this convention and you can compete here. And I turned them down. I said, nope, not after the last couple years, not after wasting literally hundreds of pounds because of the things I've been told by this convention. And I'm just to put it out there, I'm not blaming the pandemic on them. That's obviously not their fault, especially the first big change. But it was their fault to keep saying things like, don't worry, we have the convention for this, and then cancelling, and then doing it, and then cancelling, and then doing this, and then cancelling. Like, similar to every other convention, they really should have just said, until we see what happens with the, you know, pandemic, we will not be running this, do not book anything. And that's not what happened. And it was such a sad thing, like, to have to go through. And I know for everyone else it was really difficult as well, because a lot of people were in very similar circumstances for me, where it's like, we've wasted hundreds of pounds and now we can no longer afford to actually go to the finals. And yeah, I wasn't very impressed. When it happened, I was quite upset because that was like going to be one of the first big competitions that I could have gone to. And yeah, it was would not recommend. Don't do that comp. Bad vibes. Bad. Yeah, LFCC. I'm glad that I haven't now, because it's given me other focuses with other conventions that obviously have treated me a lot better. Like, I think that's why I am so just generally impressed with how TwitchCon's organization has been. It's been so good and so consistent. And even if they're not sure of something, they will keep in contact with you until they find out, right? It's been fantastic. And then comparing that to my experience with LFCC, oh my god, night and day. I had that. I was making a family tree and started at the beginning of my therapy session 3 years ago. There was a few things and dealt with a few things. Now the project has changed a lot and it feels a lot different. Yeah, it's like, I feel very different about it than when I started. I was originally so excited, and then it kind of all went meh. After a year of atrocious organization and rule-breaking, judging shenanigans, and the cosplay team was even worse. The organization for this year is more shocking than I've ever seen. Yeah, so I randomly got an email saying and this was, again, just to clarify, a year of no contact. A year of no contact. And then suddenly, you're in the finals. Can you get there? Can you come? And it's like, no! Like, what are you talking about? Like, you have not got in contact with me for over a year, and then you say that? Oh dear. Also, Anna Shadowroll, welcome on in. I hope you're having a good day. Welcome, 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 welcome. We're doing some chill crafting. It's very hot today. Very, very hot. I can see the number on the thermostat slowly creeping up. Getting very hot. I need food, but other than that, okay, get food. Heck yeah, if you need food, you get food. Staying inside as well because it's too damn warm. Too heckin' warm. Cannot handle it. Also, the pollen levels are exceptionally high. There's like big warnings on pollen in our area where they're like, if you're asthmatic, be careful. Always have your inhaler on you. It's like, Jesus Christ. What is this double whammy of like extremely high pollen levels and also the heat? So rude. You gotta hit us at one at a time, not both at once. Can't handle that. It's too much. Oh dear. I'm glad other than that you're well. I might venture outside briefly to pick up an ice lolly because we don't have any. I keep eating them. But other than that, I am staying safe inside. Thank you very much. Oh dear. Yeah, just been having a little talk about conventions and the way that they treat the people going to it. The other thing is, quite funny. One thing, on the panel for the cosplay competition, it just says everyone that's taking part in the panel, but it means that the judges are mixed in with the rest of us, which is quite funny. And because I'm first in the list, it kind of makes me look like I'm a judge. I'm not a judge. Absolutely not. I am just a competitor, not a judge. The judges, it's because it's alphabetical, they're a bit lower down. And I don't think actually all of the judges are in there, which is kind of weird to me. There's one judge that's not in there. They've got the 2 presenters and 3 of the judges, but not the last judge. And I don't know why. I'm not sure why that would be. That is kind of how it is. Oh dear. Weird times. Oh, right. Now all I can think of is getting an ice lolly. It's very tempting. I'd also really like some of the ice cream you can get at the beaches around here. Well, I say around here. Not around here. Nowhere near me, actually. But like, you know, the beaches that I've been to before. They have cheesecake ice cream. So good. Cheesecake ice cream. Like, honestly. I wish I could go into the shops and buy that. It's so good. You can fit your new role and look very judgy at others at events. True. Go to the event and just, not sure about, that's alright. I'm interested in that one. Oh dear. I don't think it would particularly suit my personality though. I'm already pretty bad at keeping a straight face on stage. When I always do serious characters and then I can never keep a straight face. But I do my best. I just really like being on stage, and I have, in fact, stitched this into my hand. 2 seconds. Let me just pull that out. My bad. Don't worry, it doesn't hurt. It's all good. By the way, tickets for my local con go on sale next Friday! Heck yeah, very exciting. Another con. Heck yeah. I need that ice cream. Wow, yeah. I can't remember. I think it was Barry that they sell it at. So if you like go really far away from the, like not really far away from the beach, but it's all the way down one end, there's an ice cream shop, and in the ice cream shop they do cheesecake ice cream, and it's so good, and it's got like chunks of the cheesecake cheese in it, so you get like really creamy bits sometimes, and it's so good. Oh my god, the cheesecake ice cream, top tier. It's so good. Deja vu, you've had the same talk about cheesecake before. Listen, Jan, I will talk about cheesecake as many times as I bloody well like. Cheesecake, it's part of my life. It's a big part of what I do. Thank you for the like outro. I appreciate it. The whole not smiling or doing a serious color is a bane of my life. Yeah, it's like I just want to grin and like do a cosplay pose. I'm like, There's only fabulous and other always happy characters. Yeah, I need more happy characters because otherwise I get screwed. Con in October, but I like getting the passes for kids. Oh yeah, no, that's fair enough. Make sure that you get the one that you want before they sell out. It's not like they suddenly, you know, dip in price or anything. So you might as well get them straight away. I get ya. Oh dear. Find the right face for Silco at the contest. Oh, true. They never smile. Oh my god. Yeah, you're doing a character that's just like at all times. Oh my god. Good luck. I hope that that goes well. At every moment, I will always look sad and not evil. Yeah, but I feel like as long as you're not smiling your way down the runway, you'll be fine. Because like Silco's kind of a sad character as well, right? They're not only evil, they're also kind of sad. So I feel like that I just fling beads everywhere, actually. I feel like you could get away with that. Back to the buttons. Good luck with your buttons. I hope that it goes well. Oh, dear. I'm just imagining happy Silco going down the cosplay runway. Like, da-da-da, da-da-da. That'd be me. Oh, dear. Honestly, I think one of the easier ones is if you can do a character that's like a little bit unhinged. That's normally one of the easiest faces to make. because you just like stretch your face to its limits. I think unhinged is like open your eyes as wide as possible, and then whether you're frowning or smiling, just do the most you can do, and you will end up looking pretty unhinged. I think that's probably one of the easiest ones to pull off, at least for me. The other thing is, if you're smiling, you can very easily make that look unhinged just by like widening your eyes a bit more and maybe showing a bit more teeth. Oh dear. Especially the guy that Mephisto is mischievous. Heck yeah, that would be a good one, because he always has like a little smile on. He's always a little bit smiley. Harley Quinn, heck the world, yeah, or for the win. I'm sorry, I keep doing this. For the win. Yeah, no, Harley's a good one, because again, that slightly unhinged look will look good for it. Smiling is a bad idea in any case because of the colodry. I would probably, display the makeup. I see. That's fair. Oh dear. There we go. You're slowly but surely getting there. Whoop. Oh no, beads, please, beads, please. There you go. Oh dear, even after all this time I will still fight my beads. It's the makeup that makes scars. Yeah, I wondered if it was that. Heck yeah. How much do I have left? Today or in general? I have to bead all of the armor pieces that we've printed off, and then we can put together the wings. Then we can put together the wings. I just have to bead them all. I beaded 4, 5. No, I beaded 6. And there's 4 more for one wing. These are 2 of those. And then on the other side, there's 10. So we do have a little bit more to do with beading the armor pieces. But as you can kind of see, they're not actually that time consuming. A lot of it is just outlining stuff, because a lot of these armor pieces are relatively hidden. And we need to finish the fins off, but I don't know if I'll end up doing that off stream because it won't take so long. I need to like put the free motion stuff on, but it's exactly the same stuff we did with the tail. So I'm quite happy doing that off stream, since a lot of you guys will have already seen that process. And then with the spear, the trident, I've actually made the base of the trident, but I need to cover it in foam. So I actually run out of duct tape. So that's the only reason I haven't done that. Also, do you want to not do that? Maybe. Feels like one of the ones that should just come undone from being pulled, but I think I've made a fatal error in deciding that that's the case, because that's not going to come apart now, is it? That's all right. It's on the back. Pull through some of it, and we'll tie a little knot, and I'll just have to waste some thread. That's okay. We can do that. But yeah, with the spear, I've made the base of it, and I'm actually really pleased with the base of it. It looks really good. It's what I was looking for. It's pretty sturdy, pretty happy. I need to cover it in foam for decorating purposes, but I need more duct tape for that, so I can make a proper cover. And then I need to make the top of the spear, but I'm waiting for a backboard for that. So there's still a couple things I'm waiting for in regards to that haven't arrived yet, which is why it's not been finished. But, you know, for the most part, progress is being made. And then I still haven't decided whether I want to make a cape or not. If I decide not to make a cape, then that's everything left that I need to do. If I decide I want to make a cape, then I've got some embroidery printing to do. What date is the con? It is the 16th, but we're leaving 2 days before, so we need to have it ready 2 days before. Yeah. But honestly, I'm not... this sounds very cocky. I'm not too worried. I'm actually pretty confident I'll get everything that I want done. It's just the cape, really, and I still don't even know if I want a cape. So, yeah, I'm pretty confident that we'll get everything done. So you have a month left from now. Yeah, exactly, a month left. So it's a fair amount of time, and the stuff that I've got left to do, a lot of it... So when I had lots of machine printing left, there was always this, like, it's going to take this set amount of time and I can't rush it. Like, this is how long it takes, because each of these prints, it'll be like half an hour, 40 minutes, stuff like that, and I can't make that shorter. I have to just sit there and let it done. But now that we've printed all of the armor, there's no armor left to print, that kind of constraint is off us, and I don't have to worry about whether we'll get them all printed on time, because, well, they're all printed, so that's good. And it did take a really long time. It took hundreds of hours of printing, to be quite honest. But yeah, it's it's better that I'm in a lot more positive position than I was before getting that finished, because now there's no like arbitrary like it has to take this long constraint on my costume. So yeah, it's good. Really nice position to be in for sure. Yeah, like we've been printing them since November and like finally getting them all done, because I did put it's 195 individual embroideries, but many of them, as you can see, are printed twice. So when I don't even know how many overall embroideries are in this costume right now. I should probably count them, but it's easily over 200, like very easily over 200, and getting all of those printed takes so bloody long, because each one's like half an hour long minimum. So there are one or two that were shorter, but the majority of them are around half an hour, I think is a good average time. And then, yeah, I mean, there was the odd one that was like 45 minutes or something, or an hour nearly. Most of them were around half an hour. And yeah, if you even just timesing half an hour by by 195 is a lot. When you're doing it at over 200, it's a lot of time. And I only do it during daylight hours because it is a loud machine and I don't want to bother my neighbors, which again means that there are specific times where I can do it and I can't do it. And also it requires me to be in the house and attentive, because I have to change the threads and move them and stuff like that. So it's not something that I can do completely absently either. Like I can't go out to the shops and expect it to finish any of them, because I might need to change the thread halfway through. So, I mean, luckily I would be honest, I don't really go out that often, but like, you know, I think it bears mentioning. There we are. Shame to have to cut the thread halfway through this, but I think we'll get maybe the whole way around this little bit on the inside. But yeah, ones like this are really, really quick, because it is just outlining. It's because you barely see these pieces. I have 130 views left to the finals and I'm still panicking about being finished in time. I have a very, very lax view towards cosplay though, I think. Not always a benefit for it by any means, but I'm very much of like, it gets finished when it gets finished. And if it's before the con, great. If it's not before the con, I'll just act like it's finished. So anything I don't finish was purposeful, and I can listen, I did a degree in art. I can bullshit my way out of anything. If there's one thing that an art degree does help you with, it's creating bullshit to explain why you've done something and make it sound deep and meaningful. I could do that till the cows come home. So if something isn't finished for whatever reason, no one will know. No one will know. And if someone does point something out that's missing, I can give a convincing reason why it's not there. It's like one of the few skills I feel like I got from college was I'm very good at explaining nothing. Oh dear. I think it helps especially since the costume does only have one concept art. So I definitely get a bit more wiggle room than maybe someone who doesn't have that, when they have lots of concept arts and lots of pictures and stuff like that. For me, I have one. So if I don't have something, I can make a good reason. Oh, that cape? Yeah, I didn't make it because that's part of the background. So I'd rather have it as part of a background picture rather than as something that's attached to me. In fact, it doesn't really even make any sense that it's attached to me, because when you look at the pixel sprite, like you can't really see it. So the cape, I don't have it because it's actually a background piece. Yeah, that's why. So it's not actually a cape. It's more just like decoration, like waves from behind her. The spear, yeah, so we just go on like that. I can make it convincing. Although to be fair, the spear's gonna get done. Like it's pretty good. But like, if there was something missing on the spear, yeah. So like, I didn't do the snake on the spear, and here's why. The character is actually designed around a mermaid and being undead. And there aren't really any other snake motifs on her, but there's lots of wave motifs and there's lots of like mermaid style motifs. So rather than focusing on a motif that just kind of distracts from the rest of the costume, I changed it and made it much simpler so that I didn't do the snake because it made no sense. Plus, you can't even say necessarily that it is a snake because, again, when you see her staff as a pixel form, it's not there. So I think generally maybe it was something added for the concept art, but then not with the consideration of the character, which either, yeah, there you go. Blah, 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 blah. I'm tired by the players of the finals, so I get a lot to do. Heck yeah! I believe in you. No, you've got this. You're a very hard worker. I think, and at the end of the day, whatever that you do make for the finals, it's gonna look fantastic. You won't need to bullshit. It's gonna look great. I'm convinced sometimes I sewn into Santa for screen accuracy and not because I had to, yeah! It's done like that, listen, and I'd recommend it to anyone entering a cosplay competition. If you know there's something a little bit iffy about the costume that's maybe not 100% accurate, find a reason for it. Make up a reason if you have to. It doesn't have to be your initial reason. As long as it sounds convincing, do it. Do it. Make it up. Like, I don't lie about the things that you've made and not made. Like, if you haven't made something, tell the truth about it, generally. But, you know, if you're missing part of the costume, make up a reason why it makes sense that you don't have it. Like, in fact, if anything, try and say that it's better that you don't have that piece. Because actually, yada, 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 yada. Squid, well, it's too hot. I know, Squid, I know. It's 25 degrees here. We're expecting to hit about 30 mid-afternoon. I am going to stop streaming before then because, as everybody knows, my stream room is 5 degrees hotter than everywhere else. So if it's 25 degrees outside, it's 30 degrees inside kind of thing. Oh dear. But yeah. I highly recommend bullshit. Oh dear. The thing is, the cape really is one that I am so heavily considering, and it is for those reasons. Like, I'll get the picture up quickly so that we can look at it together, but like, I need to zoom it out a bit though, because yeah, it's a bit big. Just make it a bit smaller and a bit smaller. The thing is, you can see no points at which this is connected to her. So couldn't that just be a wave motif behind her? I feel like it could. Like, what says that that is a cape? It could just be waves. Like, I don't think that that big yellow thing in the background is part of her costume. I think it's like more like a Pokemon card, where like you have the background and then you have the full-ish ground design and then you have the character. I think it's part of the background. It's not a cape. Oh dear. Personal interpretation, innit? That's my interpretation. Hitting about that today as well. It's too much, innit? Also, Luna, welcome on in. I hope you're having a good day. We're just talking about if you're in a cosplay competition and someone points out that you're missing something, how to bullshit. Give you all a quick lesson on bullshitting. I did it the entire way through my college degree. Like literally, it's what you do. You find an artist that you like and you're like, and now to tie them to the rest of my work, even though there is literally no evidence that I've used any of their inspiration in my work. Let's go. Oh dear. Getting ready for a picnic. It is a good day for a picnic, to be fair. I think the pollen levels, but then I don't know, the pollen levels different everywhere. Here, that's what's putting me off. I don't know if you can tell on stream. Can you tell? Not really, it's not too bad. My eyes look a little bit red, but you definitely can't see the eczema I have all over my face. Maybe you can see it like a little bit here. I have like big circles of eczema on my cheek right now, which it's because of the pollen. I get it every year when it happens, but like, you know, it's what it is, innit? It's like some people just don't get on with pollen. I really don't get on with pollen, but specifically my skin. Like I don't get sniffy and I don't really get itchy eyes. My skin just all becomes like crackled and it falls off and I'm like, great. More like shedding season, but it's not very nice or pleasant. Oh Luna, I'm glad you're feeling better now. I hope you managed to enjoy the con. Take care of yourself. Finished yet? Oz. Oh, Oz. I finished something today, Oz. I didn't finish the cosplay, but I finished these. I got my my little extra wings to attach to my wings. They're like flags. They're double-sided. They're very sparkly. I finished these, but I haven't finished the cosplay, no. We're getting there. Listen, slow process. Slow but chill. Oh dear. We started a bit early today because, you know, it's very hot in the UK, and even now it's like it feels like I am in hot water, kind of. Like there's just like a hotness in the air, but that's okay. We're getting there. Oh dear. Let's get that up there. How many C's? So many C's. Oh dear. Dave, welcome on in. How are you doing? I hope you're having a good day. Welcome. I'm doing good, thank you. It's very, very hot, and we're kind of, you know, we're surviving through it. But other than that, very heckin' hot. Thankfully, I think it's going to cool down a little bit tomorrow, which is when I actually have to go outside. I don't know if the pollen levels are coming down, so maybe my face will fall off. Who knows? I am just going to quickly get some more thread as well. Ah, dear. The cosplay. It goes well. It goes slow, but it goes well. We're having a good day today. Honestly, we're having a good day, and I am. We finished something earlier, and I'm happy. But we've got more to do. But the thing is like, you know, we're making really good progress. Even though we do have a bit to do, and a lot of it is hand stitching, so it takes a bit longer. We've nearly, like, once we go around the outside of this one, we've done one armor piece, and we've done both the wings. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Pretty happy. Oh dear. Woo! Finish shifting the last of the buttons to account for the waistcoat shrinking over lockdown. Listen, I feel it. Please do not worry. I did the same thing with this costume. I had to take out the wires and refix the bra because otherwise I couldn't get it over my... I used to be able to pull the costume over my hips. I used to be able to like shimmy it up, and that was great. Can't do that anymore. My hips, it can't even get it over my like thighs, let alone the whole way up. So the times have changed. Been there. Luna, I hope you feel better soon. Honestly, I can't really do anything to help you, but I do hope you feel better soon. Oh dear. There we go. And yeah, I mean, the thing is though, I'm sure I'm not the only cosplayer that's had that. Like, you make the patterns when you're a certain size, right? And then if you change size, welp, remake that. I mean, I didn't have to do too much, to be quite fair. It's been all right. I had to make some adjustments on the bodice because I couldn't fit it over myself anymore. But then it's fine. We fixed it. We were good. We still got the inbuilt bra, still got the corset. It's all good. I have to put it over my head now, and I need help to take it off because I can't shimmy it over my head with myself. I need someone to help me do it, but I can do it. Getting it over my hips, that's not happening anymore. Getting over my thighs is not happening anymore. All of the weight gain seems to have gone directly to the butt, which makes sense because I sit down all the time. Oh dear, Ghost, welcome on in. I hope you're having a good day. Hips don't lie. They don't lie, but they do bother me. Like, it's not, I genuinely don't mind how it looks as far as like, you know, I don't mind having big hips and stuff like that. That's all good. But like, I made that pattern. I spent a long time on that pattern, and now it doesn't work. So it's not specifically about the weight gain as much as it's about the annoyance of having to fix the cosplay because of the weight gain, you know? Listen, I can be whatever size that I want, but damn, I have to have the costume made, you know, the right size. I always tell a friend get into a sewn cosplay outfit at one point. Was it the shimmying? For me, it's the shimmying. I always have to like shimmy into them, and normally I can shimmy them over my hips, and that's not an issue because I never really had any hips. And now suddenly, lockdown, I have hips for days. Also, Pro, thank you for the follow. Welcome on in. I hope you're having a good day. Mortician Adams. Ah yes, Mortician. Mortician Adams. I actually really like that redesign. Oh dear, getting sewn into sounds dangerous. It's not too bad. Get someone who's confident with a needle and thread and you'll be fine. You'll be fine. You just have to make sure someone's there to cut you out as well. I was afraid that... Wait, do you have ghost emotes? I know someone who would like that. I know a ghost who would like these. Heck yeah. Or I'll wait for Shifty and then I'll let them know. I held this seam shut as somebody else sewed across the seams closed. Listen, you gotta do what you gotta do. If you gotta be sewn into the cosplay, you gotta be sewn into that cosplay. Listen, that's why we have helpers. The only cousin who's socially acceptable by society's view. Mortician Adams. Yeah, I like that idea. The other cousin. You have Festa, who is not a cousin, I suppose, but a brother. But then you have the cousin Mortician. Oh dear. Oh, you have cousin It actually, don't you? There are cousins. Cousin It is also, what do you call it? Very acceptable. I love cousin It. Oh dear. Thank you, Amy. Wishing all the peeps a good day. And tea, can't forget that. I actually have a lukewarm cup of tea. It's not going cold because, you know, it's very warm today. Yeah. Oh dear. You got friends with you? Good. I'm glad. I'll be honest, if the stream's making it worse or anything, please leave. please do not stay in a stream which is making anything like that worse. Maybe like, I can't, you know, the thing is, I'm not a therapist, I can't help you. But friends is probably the most important. Yeah. Jelly, please leave. Oh God, you're right, I should leave. You go, guys, you need a therapist. Go to a therapist and then I'll leave. Yeah, 30 degrees here at the moment. It's not 30, well, it's 30 degrees in here, but it's not 30 degrees outside yet. We haven't hit that, thankfully. We'll be hitting that mid-afternoon, but by that point, I'll be gone. I'll be long gone. A lot of window shopping have attracted ladies with the hot... What? Where it's a mop, you're just there like... To be fair, though, I can kind of see why. Then over here I am. I don't like any of my limbs touching each other. It makes me unhappy. So I wear a full suit of clothing in the heat because I don't like the idea that my arm could touch my leg. Like, blech, blech, blech. Gross. Ew, limbs touching? Not in this Twitch stream. Open the curtains already. Did you notice it warmly? Yeah. I have a sheet over my curtains as well as the curtains to try and keep as much out as possible. I always consider every year buying the film to put over the windows, but then because I'm renting, I'm like, do I bother? Would it be, I might leave and then it's a waste of money, but I always consider it every year. About to hit 25 here. No! It'd been nice if I had the raise. Limbs touching is against TOS. Yeah, it's very against TOS. And also it's gross. It's just plain gross. Limbs touching limbs, ugh. Like, especially when it's your own limbs and you're already warm. Like, I'm warm, and so if my warm arm touches my warm leg, I hate it. I hate it. Like, you guys stay away from each other. 26, oh God. We're all just here slowly watching that temperature go up while we suffer. What kind of stream is this? Oh dear. There we go. Oh yeah. And down there. Oh, I can also feel it. I think because I have expo on my face right now, I can feel it like tingling because of the heat, and it's very unpleasant feeling. It's like suffer stream. Oh yeah, I love the suffer stream. That's us. We are the stream of sufferers and sufferees, and we also make other people suffer. We encompass a little bit of everything. It's kind of like cosplay. It's a jack of all trades kind of hobby, you know? Oh dear, I'm watching it drop. Not enough to put the fire on yet, but maybe tomorrow. Oh, LARP, you got the. Oh, see, that's kind of what I want. I want a fire. I want it to be cool weather, and I can wrap up in a blanket. Heck yeah! I've eaten an aspirin to prevent suffering. Oh no, you have to leave now. What do you mean you're not suffering? What do you mean? This is a stream where we come to suffer. Are you kidding me? And you're preventing your own suffering? Good on you. Heck yeah! I hope you feel better soon. Add a shadow roll. Oh dear, we are 10 minutes from midday, people. 10 minutes. Oh my God. The thing is, after midday is when the sun really starts hitting this window, and it's so quick. It's so quick. It's like the temperature just goes boom. It's like, oh my God. At least you don't do Warbler. Sitting there, you heat gun in 25 degrees. Oh, what you have missed. Do I have the thing? I think I do. Ah, yes. If only you knew, Luna. For in fact, during this stream, we have talked about using Wobbler, but specifically we're actually using PetG rather than Wobbler because it's cheaper and it's better, and I want it to be clear, so it's perfect. So in fact, I am using Wobbler during this boiling hot weather. It not only will it be 30 degrees, but I am using Wobbler. I'm using it for the Trident. I'm in the middle of making the Trident off stream at the moment. I did all of my tests yesterday so that I'm happy with using the PetG rather than Wobbler. The thing is, PetG has a higher melting temperature, not a lower melting temperature. So if anything, you have to heat it for even longer. Oh dear. It's a mild headache, but it'll help with the focus. I get it. I think most people really struggle to focus properly when they have any kind of head pain. It's just, it's one of those ones that's very difficult to ignore. Rookie numbers. Yesterday we hit... Oh, no, 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 no. Literally, the country would just die, I think. We hit 35, and it's like, that's it. We're done. No one can go to work. No one can go to school. We're in danger. The thing is, it is to do with the country, though. I don't know what it's like elsewhere, but here, our houses are built to retain heat. So when it gets really, really hot, the heat stays in the house, just doesn't leave. Never goes. Say, welcome on in, and thank you for the horn. I hope you're having a good day. I hope you've had a good week as well. I know some Swedish cosplayers who are hopefully going to Japan and going outside. They're terrified about their costumes because of the heat. Do I have any with me? No. You can buy rechargeable handheld fans, and they are a lifesaver. The ice packs you put under the costume, like the little strips, lifesavers. Get all of those. Get the fans, get the ice packs, like smack them all under your cosplay and like use the fan whenever you need it, just for a bit of cool air, cause yeah, and drink lots, but yeah. As in 1 p.m. here, oh, here's the opposite. Houses have very high ceiling, high condition, yeah. Whereas we're like little rooms, little condensed rooms, big windows, double glazing so that the heat retains, but then also in the summer, the heat retains. It's very hot. Oh dear, Jellycrab, moo! Thank you! Welcome on in as well. I hope you're having a good day. Yes, we're going and we're very, very excited. I think everyone who's going is super excited. Cool times. Dear, how you doing, Moo? But most of all, we had the sea. Oh, see now that would be amazing. Although I don't know if I'm craving ice cream more than I'm craving the ocean right now. Maybe that's more Batal on me, but like I really just want an ice cream. I'm having a better day than you guess. I have mobile AC. Heck yeah. Smart, smart. One day, I'll do something like that. Not yet, but one day. Big French doors that we can let the breeze through. I wish. We have one room of the house that we just don't open the door to because it gets so insanely hot that you just don't want that heat to spread to the rest of the house, so you just leave it in that one room, and we don't inhabit that room. That's how bad it gets. So like, we've left some stuff in there that we don't need, and then we just won't open that door now. Like, that's it. No one goes in that room now. Not until autumn. Oh dear, sounds rough. That's what it is. It's really good in the winter. Like during the winter, we don't really have any issues with staying warm. It's always a comfortable temperature inside. Like, so we're staying cold. Yeah, staying warm. That is what I wanted to say. So it's like really good during that time of the year, but it's just during the summer, like, it's not so good. Oh, how obviously will I radiate heat? People get warm by standing near me. So I'm really hoping it's not like that in this costume, but I think it will be because it's like 8 layers thick. And the layers don't really breathe, but that's okay. We'll manage. I'm praying for TwitchCon AC. Yep. TwitchCon AC, please. There you go. AC is literally the first 2 letters of my name. So, a crafty? Yeah. But what I really want is air conditioning. We don't speak in that room. We do not speak in that room. It is too hot. We've got some cardboard boxes in there at the moment and our suitcases, and then we just leave it. Just leave it. Not the suitcase with the costume in it, but the other one. My worst room is somehow the one where I have 2 PCs running. I wonder how that's happened. That seems like a really weird coincidence. I will say this room is worse, but only because it's not too bad. The PC runs pretty cool, to be honest. The sewing machine runs hotter than the PC, but we have pejoratively hand stitching left to do, so we should be okay with that. Elisa, welcome on in. I hope you're having a good day. Also, thank you so much for the follow. I'm good. We got a lot of work done today so far, and even though it's a really, really hot day, I feel kind of productive. I'm getting confused. Air conditioning rafty jellyfish. That's my actual name. Everyone thinks it's because it's like crafty, like I do crafts, but in reality, I'm just begging for aircon. At all times, I pop into chats and I'm like, aircon. Do we have aircon, please? People don't go to the advertised beaches, explore a bit and find a tree to sit underneath if you have shade. Spend less bottles of sun cream, and most of the time you don't die from dehydration while relaxing swimming. That's true. There's a few beaches I've been to in Wales that are really, really lovely, and you only really get dog walkers and a couple people that know them, and they're lovely. They're really nice beaches. But then at the more populated beaches, you get ice cream stalls, and I really do like ice cream stalls. So I think there's positives to both. The positive to one is the quiet atmosphere and the nice way of enjoying the hot weather. The positive of the more public beach, the more like popular beaches, is that they have ice cream. And I like that. And sometimes you can buy floaties, and I like that too. I want little floaties. Last time I bought a dragon in a circle, and we were just flopping in and out of that. It was so fun. Or was it a snake? I can't remember if it was a snake or a dragon, but it was great. You have the 3D printers running. You know, once again, what a hecking coincidence. How the hell has that happened? I have no idea. All these coincidentally hot rooms today. Oh dear. It is getting very hot in here though. I might cool it there. Sorry, I know it's a shorter stream, like we haven't gone for that long, but it is 30 degrees in my craft room right now. 31 degrees in my craft room right now. So I am gonna cool it there. I am a moist bean. I need to go take a nice cold shower, look after myself, all that kind of stuff. We will do a raid though, so hang abouts. We'll send you all over to somebody else, send them some heckin' love. Let's see who's doing the things right now. I'm just gonna double check to see if anyone is. Oh wait, is Bear going? Bear's also going to TwitchCon, but not with the cosplay peeps. I'm just checking to see if there's any of the cosplay peeps live, because it's always nice to send someone, you know, along to somebody else who's in the same thing. We could go over to Bear. Bear is another British streamer. Oh, are they live? They are live. I think they've just gotten live, so it should be that we actually get a full stream with them if you're interested. Because Bear's in the UK, I'm going to make the assumption that it's really, really hot for her too. But we'll go send you all over to Bear right at the beginning of stream. Then where you guys get a good full stream to go doing. And she's doing some building. I think she might even be building Lego. To be honest, I have a feeling that she might be building Lego. Oh, and thank you for popping those in the chat, Zay. I really appreciate it. I will melt. I will absolutely melt. Now we got 2 moist streamers in chat, both me and George. Heck yeah. No, I appreciate it. I'm going to get some ice cream, I think. I'm going to nip down the shops before it gets too hot and grab an ice cream. But yeah, we're going to send you over to Bear. If you like Lego and British people, you'll like Bear. You'll all have a good time over there. She's a really, really sweet bean. Normally starts her stream with a fair bit of chatting. But yeah, grab a raid call if you fancy. Otherwise, thank you so much for all the raids today. It was so lovely to meet some new communities. It was really, really nice. And of course, some old ones as well. But yeah, take care, everyone. Let's go. Let's go send some love to Bear. Dong.